What's up, everybody? Sunday night style. 8 p.m. on the nose, just as I wrote it up in the pre-show write-up, which I always do. And we're on a 3 no-goal streak, rocking and rolling here, so it should be a fun stream until tip later. But we're back into the Ask the King, and there's no person that loves Ask the King more than the one, the only, Atlus the Bookkeeper. Hello!
Hello.
So he didn't hit the goal. Might you have been watching him not hit the goal, sir, or not?
No, I had to ask chat. Once the gameplay started, I skipped. I was done.
Yes. I didn't see shit either. After the show ended, I was out. So it should be cool. Should be cool. He quits the game during the final boss? No. Come on.
No way.
Come on. Reform Dez.
That would be like if you were trying to quit GTA 4 on the last mission as well. That would be equally as stupid, I think.
Please. Oh, he quit right at the... Okay, he quit literally before the boss. Shoutouts to the boss.
Okay.
Atlus, you ever play the game Catan, Settlers of Catan? You ever play that game?
No, I've had people ask me to play a few times, but I've never played, no.
I don't see you as a board game person. Might that be true? What would you say to that?
That is true, which is a shame because I really like Warhammer, but I don't play tabletop. I just read.
Oh, interesting. So I was playing Catan. Catan for me is, 2 kids and Chew, and it basically what happens is it's just me trying to trade with the kids and finesse them, let's say. What I mean by finesse, I mean
you're trying
scam.
to swindle them.
Yeah, but Chew stops me, so then it becomes like me and Chew trying to swindle the children in different ways. Well, you don't want to do that. I mean, you don't want to trade with mommy on that one.
Are
you crazy? Yeah,
course.
that's all it is scamming children now. But it's pretty fun, anyways. All right, well, let's get to it. We got to get to this because somehow I fucking thought we finished this episode, but we didn't. We got 17 minutes left of episode 48 before we can start 49.
I felt like we did good last time.
That's what I
recall. Did we do bad?
I think we did bad, honestly. We went until he started, too. But don't worry, we will stick with it. We're going to finish it. So we have... Oh, yeah, where were you last week, by the way? A lot of people are asking and pissed. Go ahead. I'll give you a chance.
I went to the Ren Fair. It was actually a good time. I didn't know when I was going to be back, so...
Ren Fair, right. Did you go in costume or no? Are you costume style person?
I did, yeah. I was like a monk style. I went, yeah. Well, you got to dress up. There was too many people there that weren't dressed up, and it was kind of lame, actually, but it's okay. It's fine. You can be a normie, I guess.
That's fine. Did you go with maybe your lady friend as well? Was she in costume as well?
Of course.
Oh, nice. Now that's a fun outing. Nice. And we give him. That's fine. Okay, he gets the pass on that one, guys. He touched a little grass with his lady friend. Give him a break.
Well,
they
it
were
was
so
more
pissed.
Dirt being kicked up everywhere, if I'm being honest. But
everyone was super pissed. But I stuck up for you. Don't worry. Okay, do not.
I appreciate that about you.
Okay, so we got we have the pre-stream. We have the stream there. Look what we can do now, Atlus. So you see this new power we have. We can check in live.
Wow.
Look at this. So we can check in live while we do this. How cool is that?
Modern technology.
How cool is that? Anyways, okay, let's go. We're starting at 20 minutes. Who knows what the fuck he's talking about? I don't give a shit anyway. Let's go.
Brought him back. And he
probably would blow your mind if you saw color TV for the first time, like you have.
Let me tell you, it was wild.
The power to transition like that is probably actually crazy to you. But we can move on. Sorry.
At the Ren Fair, when you go to ride like a horse or something, do they stop you due to the height restrictions or no?
Did not do that. No one has ever stopped me for any height restrictions. That's not happened.
Just making sure. Also, when you get there, do they check? Is there an age restriction there? They might ask you just in case because of the height. Is that ever happened or? Okay, anyway, we'll move on.
For several months to the point where it was so bad that WWE had to completely rewrite WrestleMania to make it a triple threat match and allow Daniel Bryan to win.
Oh, of course, Daniel Bryan. Love that guy.
This year,
who doesn't?
I think this is a different situation. At the least, Roman Reigns is trying. He's not some hack coming in to take a paycheck.
Wrestling.
He's trying to be better. He's trying to get better. I think his in-ring work has improved, although most people are saying it hasn't. I think it has actually
I think it has.
People say he sucks on the mic because WWE gives him shit to say.
Oh, yeah,
they gave him a shitty Jack and the Beanstalk promo like 2.5 weeks ago. That was a joke. It sounds like a 4-year-old wrote it. Of course it sounded stupid because they told him to say it and he had to say something stupid. How do you blame him for that? So Am I upset? Yeah. Should Daniel Bryan...
I mean, I think, there might be something to that, like there is something about the stuff.
It can't go all one way or the other on blame, because there's definitely, there's a lot of wrestlers that have said really shit lines and had enough delivery and charisma that it was charming and people loved it and they lived for it. But,
exactly.
Obviously, it can't be 100% WWE's fault.
I think he really likes this guy, so he's trying to stick up for him.
Bryan have won. Should Dean Ambrose? Yeah, there's many other people who could have had that spot and should be in the main event of WrestleMania. But Vince is who he is. He will do what he wants to do. He wants to take credit that he created Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns will now be the new main eventer, and it may backfire. People may boo the fuck out of Roman Reigns, and it's not his fault. He doesn't deserve that kind of negativity, and especially if his career completely flip-flops because of this, he doesn't deserve it. But at the same time...
Yo, it's crazy. Roman Reigns is huge right now. He's like their guy. He's like
I think it worked out, whatever he did. That doesn't count as a flip, by the way, and I don't have it ready anyway, so pretend he didn't say flip. Vike says... Okay. Can we get an Atlus banned from COD update? I'm interested in that as well. What do you think? Are you banned yet?
I haven't played COD in a very long time, so I'm still not banned. I don't like Blop 7, so
what's your
Blop 6.
What's your main game right now?
I'm playing Helldivers right now.
Ooh, okay.
I'm waiting for Battlefield 6, unfortunately. I don't want to buy the game, but I had too much fun in the beta to not, I think. So
there you go.
I'm going to get scammed. I'm going to sell my soul to EA.
Legit reason for people to be upset? Of course. And it's interesting because 10, 20 years ago, you never had this kind of reaction. Now you have the internet. You have people like me who know shit behind the scenes and share it with everyone.
Yeah.
And now
we have people like me that know shit behind the scenes. Yeah, really cool.
He thought wrestling was real till he was 25 or something crazy.
People know the truth behind pro wrestling, and they're all up in arms. 10, 15 years ago, people would have loved if Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. That's my opinion.
Whoa.
So, all right, that's
Listen
my
up,
opinion on the Royal
normies.
Rumble. Did I dislike it? Yes, but I'm not so up in arms like everyone else, and a lot of people I think disagree with me. I know Vince. I know how Vince thinks, and I'm not surprised that it happened, which is probably why I'm not as up in arms as everyone else. All right.
I don't know if that's exactly the brag you think it is, boss.
I know Vince. Okay, me and Vince go way back. Okay, so shut up. All right, I'm the expert. Get the fuck out of here.
First name basis, obviously.
Yeah, very cool guy to know, by the way. Okay, let's go.
Ghostbusters 3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's very quickly talk about this.
He looks what?
Talked about Hulk Hogan dying the other day. Vince, he looks god awful now. He didn't look that bad that long ago. What happened?
I think he got old. I think he made the move of he's got infinite money, right? So when you get old with you have infinite money, I think you try to do stuff to fight it that you probably shouldn't do. You know what I mean? I don't know, in terms of surgeries and stuff. You try to fight it.
Right. I felt like he stepped out of the WWE and then he just instantly looked his age. Where before, when he was public, that wasn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He looks terrible though.
He looked great for a long time, and all of a sudden it was just boom. And I mean, I don't know if that's plastic surgery. Maybe that means he stopped taking something. Who knows? But yeah, he looks like an aging, a weird gentleman right now, and he almost looks Spanish, honestly, like a Spanish kind of person. I'm not going to make fun of him. He's still alive, right? I don't want to make fun of the dead, at least.
Yes,
he's
dead.
Okay, thank God. Okay, yeah. I don't want to say big ups Vince because that's not cool either. But okay, anyways, Vince McMahon. Think what you will about Vince McMahon. Moving on.
Ghostbusters 3 has been formally announced.
Here we go, Ghostbusters 3, boys. This is what someone was waiting for. I saw you. Who was waiting for it? There you go.
And it's nothing
show hands. Who was waiting for
Ghostbusters? Someone literally said that in chat, though. So here we go. This is what you're waiting for, brother. This is for you.
I talked about Ghostbusters 3 as early as 2009, I think. Back at a show like this, I was talking about. People asked me about, would you like to see a new Ghostbusters movie? It originally started as a project that was going to include the original cast of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ivan Reitman, who was the writer/director along with the Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, who wrote the original. They were all going to be part of the creative team behind it, and they were going to make Ghostbusters 3. It never happened. Bill Murray verbally came out and said, I don't want to be part of it. I think the original two movies
verbally came out.
Stand for themselves. I hate these
How was you supposed to come out in written form?
Franchises that come back as a cheap cash in. I don't
litigation, I guess. I don't.
The idea still progressed, but eventually died when last year, unfortunately, Harold Ramis passed away. When Harold Ramis passed away, Ivan Reitman said, I will no longer want anything to do with this project because he was kind of the heart and soul of the Ghostbusters and the writing staff behind it, and it will not be anything that it will be without him, so that's it.
Okay.
I can't imagine the heartbreak DSP must have felt when Ghostbusters 3 was not gonna be what it was supposed to.
End it all. I think he might, because I remember AVGN made a big deal about this and said he's not going to see it because it wasn't like true to the series or whatever. So I want to see if he also takes that stance. Let's see.
Oh, he's an idea stealer.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of people had that thought, to be fair, but yeah, I think he's going to do that.
Let's sell the rights to Ghostbusters, right? Let's have other people, not Ivan Reitman, not the original people who wanted to do it and make it something great. Let's give it to completely new people who know nothing about it, probably won't care about the original spirit of the movies, and let's reboot it. So it's not Ghostbusters 3 anymore. It's just going to be called Ghostbusters, starring an all-female cast of comedians, all right? And apparently it's going to be completely different from the original movies. It's just going to be called Ghostbusters. So can we reinforce any more the unoriginality of the hacks that are in charge of fucking Hollywood right now? Right?
Okay, I wouldn't have thought that was coming, but okay.
Right? Something that was going to be the continuation of one of the most tried and true, respected...
I honestly think, like... this was
Ghostbusters glazing.
Like, this was before. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, because you know me and media are not. I'm not the most media savvy guy, especially with modern media. I think this was before the whole like remake. Let's say now everything that comes out, what 50% of it's a remake of something now. And I think
something
that's.
Like that, yeah.
I think this was like one of the first like remakes that happened that was a big fucking deal, and people got pissed at it because of that. But I think now, people would be pissed it's all chicks though.
I would think so. That was one of the first ones that I remember that like people were actually angry and upset about being like a reboot style. Like it was like the big one.
I can't even talk about the quality of the movie because I've never seen it, but there you go.
I never saw it. No, I never saw the originals, so what am I supposed to say?
I saw the originals. I remember the originals, and I'll tell you what I remember. No, shut up. I thought they would have kicked you out of the theater because you're too short. What I saw, I remember the gatekeeping scene, like the key. I'm the key holder, guys. If you know that scene, you know what I'm talking about. I remember that scene affected me in some serious ways because she was like, it was a hot, who's the alien chick? Sigourney Weaver. She was like the lock keeper. And Rick Moranis was like the I don't know, I forget what he was called, but they had to like make out and do stuff. So it was like, I was like, oh my God, this movie's incredible. Like that was the only part I remember. But that was hot though. That's all I know. The Keymaster, yeah, it was very weird. Was that Ghostbusters 2? I think it was. Because I remember it being like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I didn't care, though. I did not care.
Cinematography of the past half century, and we're just going to drop that idea.
I played the game. They had a good game, good 360 game. That's about all I know about Ghostbusters.
Put it as something completely different, but call it Ghostbusters just so we can say it's Ghostbusters and people will go see it.
Okay.
So it already has been confirmed. The cast is confirmed. 2 of the new Ghostbusters, Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. Kristen Wiig, I'll be honest, I saw her on Saturday Night Live. Some of her work I liked, some of her work I didn't. I've seen her in several movies. Again, some of her work I liked, some of her work I didn't. I think dependent on the writing, she can be brilliant or she can suck. I've never laughed at a single thing Melissa McCarthy has done. And I've probably seen 3 to 4 movies she's been in, giving her multiple chances to be funny or do something to entertain me, and I've never cracked a smile. I saw that whole movie
given you multiple chances to entertain me, to make me smile.
Entertain me!
I hated her character and her role. I didn't think anything she did was even made me laugh at all.
I agree, though. I hate this, but I do agree. I don't think she's funny either.
I saw her in Bridesmaids. I just don't get it. Now, maybe it's because I'm a dude.
I think I've seen her in a movie, but I couldn't tell you what she looked like or what the movie was.
She's not very funny. She's unfunny! Thank you, Iron Reaper.
Come from a different culture and a different background and a different comedy style that I don't get her. Maybe that's it. But Ghostbusters? Let's think about this. The premise of Ghostbusters is that it was supposed to be 4 guys who were kind of like into fringe supernatural stuff. They were kind of shysters.
Fringe supernatural stuff? I mean, they kind of ghosted. I know what he's saying, though.
Kind of con artists to a point.
Kind of shysters.
Shysters. At the beginning, they were, right? I don't remember Ghostbusters enough to talk.
Tried to basically commercialize something supernatural. It was tongue-in-cheek comedy. There was a perversion character.
Okay, but it worked.
Almost like
okay, guys, please Pigs explain Ghostbusters to me. If the supernatural was real, were they shysters, or did they just have a unique idea? I don't know. I never seen it.
What do you call almost like a game show host character with Peter Venkman? It had its own charm. This is going to be completely different because those characters will be lost. You're starting from scratch. You're making a completely new story and lore with these new actresses. And what the fuck? Like, who wanted that? Who said, I want a new Ghostbusters completely started from scratch with completely different characters, with none of the comedy, a new writing team? Who said that?
Okay, I hate to say this again because it makes me defend stupid shit, but if everyone went with that, then no one will make anything new at all, right? Why? Who asked for that? Who asked for a random movie about blue people on a planet? Who asked for that? Nobody. Who asked for it? I'm not making that. That's how it would be, guys. So someone has to make these decisions and try new things at some point. I'm not saying this is a good one. I'm just saying it has to happen.
For years, we wanted the original to come back. So what the fuck? And this is what
This is a very popular opinion at the time too. This is nothing new or groundbreaking. So this is standard guy behavior.
Yeah.
Already fucked up Transformers. Already fucked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We fucked up G.I. Joe.
Both of those things are still going right now.
We fucked up.
Right? I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't know if they're still making shit, but they did for a long fucking time. Transformers made about
not that long ago.
Yeah, Transformers made 18,000 movies too. But okay, yes, definitely.
Every possible franchise. Now we gotta fuck with the Ghostbusters. Here's what I say to this reboot. Fuck you. Ooh. I'm not gonna watch it. I say treat it exactly the same way that we treated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all these other shitty Transformers movies.
The shitty Transformers movies.
Chinese and the international audience find them funny and want to watch this shit. Let them continue to watch it. I say ban it here in the United States. Don't fucking watch it.
Okay, so he's comparing those two, but they're not comparable because Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were massive movies. Massive. I don't think that this Ghostbusters did not turn out to be massive, but he's putting them in the same boat, but that's not true, man.
2007 Transformers being Kino is exactly the way I would have put it. Absolutely. Cinema. Couldn't have wrote it better myself.
I did feel pissed, though. I didn't like the look of the Transformers, Boomer Taken coming. I didn't like how they looked, but the movie was okay. I could have used a little bit more boxy. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's all I'm saying. And I did not like Bumblebee being that fucking hype car. It should be a fucking Beetle, but anyways.
Brain in your fucking head. You know that this is being done for money and not for the love of it and not because it's something genuinely funny and not because they want to do something artistic. They're using the past as a propeller to make their shit look better. If the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that came out this past year, if it wasn't called TMNT, no one would have fucking went to see it. If it was flying combat puncher lizards, who the fuck would have went to see that? Because
that's a horrible name, sir. No one's gonna want to see that. Lizard Puncher Man.
Stupid fucking movie.
Kind of
it
a
looks
mouthful,
terrible.
not catchy, not exactly memorable.
It is terrible. But people went to see it because it had TMNT slapped on it. So fuck that shit. This new Ghostbusters movie, unless there's a complete flip, and I start seeing footage and I hear the writing and wow, this writing is pretty funny. It's kind of similar to the sarcastic style that it used to be, and it's in the spirit of the original Ghostbusters. It may happen. It probably won't. If it doesn't, pan that fucking piece of shit and tell Hollywood stop it. We want original content, not you destroying the things of our youth.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Egg their house.
Held in high regard because you want to get name recognition.
This is the same guy that will tell you he hates Nintendo and all their business practices and then bought 2 Switches.
Yeah, definitely.
And try to make an extra bucket.
Tell them, guys.
Get people into the theaters to see your shit.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay, there we go.
Base take, all man. Right. You're killing this. Pasta Maker says Ghostbusters 3. Chicks as Ghostbusters? Yeah, that's the problem, man. Nocturnal. Big ups, Nocturnal wants to send us away for the first time today. Don't fuck us here. Yes! Yes! Best one. I am a gay American. Sucking bros pipe. Suck on my life. Massive W, Nocturnal. Got us there quick.
All right. 4 quick questions from Twitter, and then we're all... 3 quick questions from Twitter, and then we're all set.
All right, let's go.
First question from Traditional Games. He says, Achievement Hunter is doing Let's Plays live on stage like a concert while traveling. Could this be the future of Let's Plays?
Ooh, okay, so this is true. Someone would go live and try to beat achievements live, like a live show kind of at bars and stuff. I actually remember this. And, it was kind of a hype thing. I don't think it lasted that long, but it lasted a while. He would go to different small bars, like play games, and like that was it. Like you watch him do it. Do you think Philip's going to be on board with this or not, Atlus? This is a tough one to guess, I think.
Wait, I thought he was talking about the company Achievement Hunter was doing Let's Plays, like because they would have like character like chemistry between the many of them, and then people would watch them in a crowd. I thought that's what he meant.
Let me hear it again real quick.
From Twitter, and then we're all set. First question from Traditional Games. He says, Achievement Hunter is doing Let's Plays live on stage like a concert while traveling.
No, that's it. I'm right. So he would go live somewhere and do his achievement hunting live on stage for people to watch, like it's a show. No, this is Achievement Hunter was a YouTube comedy channel. They did live shows, but okay, well they're doing live. They're adding the live, gaming aspect to it. Do you think he's gonna say this is a good idea or bad idea?
Oh, I think he's gonna say this is a bad idea. That it's a gimmick.
Mm-hmm. I think it's easier to shit on things than say they're cool, and he's never gonna do this,
Obviously.
so he probably's gonna shit on it.
He said that the other day himself. It's easier to be negative and nitpick. He literally did it.
Future of Let's Plays. Two things to say about this. Number one, I had this idea 5 years ago.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, sorry. I forgot he was the innovator. My bad, Phil. I forgot.
I didn't expect that. He had this idea. Okay, next.
I shit you not. When I first started on YouTube and I started to see popularity, and my dad actually said to me, do you think you could ever turn what you do on YouTube into a money-making venture? My idea wasn't do it on YouTube and put ads on videos.
Ooh.
My idea was I could travel a circuit of gaming conventions and say, do it live with DSP.
This is new to me.
Do it live with DSP.
Do it live. Yeah, hell yeah.
I could travel a circuit.
That's sketchy. People obviously will watch that. Great
Do it
screenshot, by
live.
the way.
This is after you do it live with DSP.
Gaming conventions and say, do it live with DSP. DSP does a fun playthrough live on stage when everyone can laugh and react live to what he's doing, and he'll rage if he fucks up, and he'll do. This was my idea 5+ years ago.
Was
and this was
all of that included in the title too? That's going on the marquee.
You'd have to, this is a weird idea, because it'd have to be a very specific style of game that works, because, there's a lot of games where not a lot happens for a long time. You gotta be up on stage, there's people just watch you sit there, make your scat jokes.
Right, well, we'll ask the audience what games they want to see. That way we don't have to pick, and then we can blame them when it's not funny and it doesn't work out. But they also already paid for it, so does it really matter? You see what I'm saying? How this works out?
Got it.
Something that I actually was planning to do when I started touring the gaming convention circuit. If you remember MagFest,
okay.
And we went to...
By touring the gaming circuit, he means bought tickets and traveled to them separately, not connected at all, often with 6 months in between each one. So that's touring the convention circuit for him.
We went to 3 conventions. What was the other one?
Not much of a tour there, is it?
Philadelphia. Too many games.
Tour.
3 concert tour.
Screw Attack Gaming Convention. My idea was that hopefully I could get into the convention circuit where I had a stable audience, where maybe I could say, okay, I want...
There's no convention circuit. I don't know what he's thinking about here. Like he's a band? What? Like people are going to go to oh yeah, I saw DSP at this convention. Let's see him at the next convention too. Most people go to conventions that are around their area.
It as a stable audience as well.
Yeah.
Is that what you get referred to as when you go to conventions? Like you get referred to as an audience? I mean maybe, but I wouldn't think so.
Build up it's like most conventions are populated by people around. I know the biggest ones you travel to for sure, but it's not like, okay, I'm traveling to MagFest, I'm traveling to this one, I'm traveling to that one. You just go where you're around. There is a circuit, but DSP was never a part of that. So, but Do Messiah, they're I know there's a circuit of cons for sure. But those people have people that sign shit, let's say an artist and stuff. The same people don't go to those same conventions, though, because they get what they want at the convention close to them, right? You're not getting, let's say, Stan Lee's autograph at 14 different conventions, right? That's kind of a bad example because someone might be into that. Let's get a worse example.
There definitely is at least one person that probably did that.
Let's say Brental Floss, all right? That's the reference someone will know. You're not like going to 5 different conventions to get Brental Floss to sign 5 different things. You know what I mean? That's my understanding, but okay.
My idea was that hopefully I could get into the convention circuit where I had a stable audience where maybe I could say, okay, I want to rent out a room and this is what I'll do. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the PR, and I didn't have the clout to get that popular enough.
He didn't list an idea of what he was going to do either, so it sounds like he didn't have the idea at the end of the day.
Yes, and also he didn't have the money. But if you're successful enough, you know what? Here's a secret, guys. Cons pay you to be there. And he's saying, I didn't have enough money to be at all these cons. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? What?
And this is what I'll do. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the PR, and I didn't have the clout to get that popular enough to be able to do that. And after a few conventions, it fizzled out to the point where conventions weren't even putting me on.
I was going to say, please tell the truth here, because remember, Doomer Ziggy, you could back me up on this. He actually called all the cons back the following year, and none of them got back to him. So what does that tell you? Very hype. You really
they wanted to give him the super early, ass crack of dawn or whatever, and he wasn't happy with that. So
yeah, I want prime time
on as being able to have a panel or anything anymore. And I said, well, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah. What else can you say?
Because there was years ago, you couldn't even ask John about this. John,
nothing I can do.
I guess that's it.
Rambo and I, at one point, and this was when I was obviously at the height of my popularity,
yes.
we're talking about would one day we want to do our own thing? Why don't we throw our own convention where we have...
Oh my God, no way.
Please do it.
Con.
Please, DSP Con. Please do it.
Me doing live gameplay.
Yeah, we can do a live pre-stream. Fuck yeah.
Leanna's soap making. Feeding the woodland critters with cat. The techniques. What else could we have? Hate Con. That's a good name for it. Snorcon's funny for us, but Hate Con is what he might actually call it.
Play with John Rambo and others getting involved. Then John, because he's a musician, he could play with other musicians and do like a concert. We could have a gaming convention with vendors on the floor all selling gaming related merch and stuff like that. Similar to say a Magfest. We
sounds
all
awesome.
About that.
I can't believe we didn't get this. Nobody funded this?
Yeah, years and years ago.
You talk about delusions of grandeur. Holy fuck, man.
But it just didn't happen.
I like the king of cons. That's good.
The king of cons. Yeah. You imagine he thought he could make a convention just based on him?
Didn't happen because, let's face it.
Well, he's the best, ALT. I think you're doubting our guy here. I think you forget who we're talking about. He can do anything. He's a 17-year content creator.
And I know, like, Screw Attack did this. The website Screw Attack that Stone and Craig was a part of, right? And that was in 2000 and something when DSP was there. And they could do it because they had 40,000 different creators that were on board, and everyone liked them, okay? DSP it was one person, right? And how many people were liking him at this point? You know what I mean? He already has detractors. Everyone loves Screw Attack at that time. And they had a hard time doing it. They had to, kickstart it up, And it's just incredible. It's just amazing to think you could do this.
Money. I didn't get popular.
Would you call it a delusion of grandeur?
It is, man. It is. Who would the guests be? Literally, he doesn't even do collabs.
Doesn't know anybody. Nobody likes DSP enough to show up in the first place.
So
even if people playing, they wouldn't want that kind of. They wouldn't be worth their time.
Okay, so you got Rambo. That's all possible people. Literally, Rambo, Leanna, Howard. OJ. Respect the pact, okay?
Respect the pact.
And that's the end of the list. That's the end of the list.
Booba painting lady.
Oh, yes, she could be there.
Up.
Air Raid Lord. I don't think he liked Air Raid Lord, though.
Height of my popularity, it wasn't enough to support something like that. And because I've always been, I really feel the one major contributing factor to everything, and the reason that I am where I am today is because I'm one man. I didn't have a team of people to help me. I didn't have money to hire a manager to
alone.
Work the stuff that I said on social media or the stuff that I did in my content. I've always been my own self-made person, and because of that, there's limitations. So I never had the means to go out and have PR to these people at these convention scenes and see, gee, can I eventually expand to make my own website that makes money like Screw Attack did? They became incredibly profitable once they made their own website and started doing their own stuff. And I've never had that. And
they all started with one person as well. They all started with one person, but they just kept building and building, working with new people. This is amazing, Cope, to say, I've always been one person. Well, that's your choice. That is your fucking choice.
But he has a business degree. You would think that he would know this. I mean, a lot of good it's clearly doing here.
Yep.
I never will, unless I win the fucking lotto tomorrow, right? Yep. I'll never will have that.
Just wait for that, man. That's better.
Kind of capability.
Yep.
And it's a shame because I see now people out there doing things and starting up ideas that I wanted to do and I never was able to do. And this is one of them. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. This was an idea I had years and years ago that never came to fruition. All right. Now, the other half of this...
Didn't expect this to be this good of a question.
Which is the reason why I actually never really went into it, is because, I don't know if you guys know this, but by law, if you actually read...
This is Uncle Rico talking about the football over the mountain type shit. I could have did it. This is my idea. I could have.
If I just didn't get hurt in states, I could have went all the way.
Publicly display a video game. Now, of course, many people will argue with that and say, well, that doesn't include Let's Plays, or that might not, because how could Let's Plays even exist if you can't publicly display a video game? The internet is public, right? So it would need to go to court and be hashed out in court definitively that Let's Plays are transformative work and protected and not owned or copyright stricken by another company in order for an idea like this to happen. So how the hell Achievement Hunter thinks that they're going to do this and there's not the power of some company to immediately say, no, we forbid you to play our game at your event? I have no idea. Maybe they have a lawyer team. Maybe they have more clout than me.
They definitely did. I mean, they definitely did. Those are both true. But
if... Okay, let's see if I can find a live show. This is 2015. I'll do before 2016 on YouTube search here. See if we can find anything. Minecon, no.
But like he's saying, obviously you can play these games publicly because that's what the internet is. So if that's the kind of basis that you're operating on right now, then why wouldn't you be able to do it publicly like this?
I know, it's just like making excuses for not doing something. Also, here's another reason I couldn't do it, but whatever.
For a fact, they're insanely huge on YouTube, and they probably make about 40 times more money than I do.
Definitely.
So they probably have the resources and the amount of people to look into it and do it. That's one of the reasons why I never looked into it. Okay, because reasons.
I never looked into it because I was lazy.
Yeah, that's exactly it, by the way. Exactly it. Cantu Adrian says, imagine you have to go to 3 different conventions to see what game he actually plays. That'd be a lot of fun, too. Go to a convention, he plays a game you hate. Oh, I guess I'll go to the next one. I'm on the circuit, aren't I? The next one will be better. Let's get on that circuit. Wesley H says,
we can spend an amount of time doing the schedule at the con. Then we'll have the schedule segment there, so you can show up to the next circuit. Right? Exactly. The
con schedule. He was supposed to make Hate Radio, but Alphaism came along. Yeah, so that made he didn't have to do it anymore. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Wesley H says, always want, could, or should have, but never does, and that's
true.
That's what makes you become someone that doesn't do anything ever, right? Any new things. You have all the ideas. Ideas are easy. The hard part is doing it, guys. And DSP proves that every day. Big ups to Movie Sign. Now, can we get lucky twice in a row? Give us the nanas. Unfortunately, Atlus can't hear these, so he's just pretending. Here we go.
I unmute on my own end, so I can hear it, actually.
Oh, sweet. Here we go. Yes! 2 in a row. That's how we do this. Bingo. That's how we do it. 2 times in a row. All right, let's go. We got to get through at least this episode.
All right, next question.
Please.
This one is from Guy Scrub. He says, what are your thoughts on criticism? Do you think that it can improve someone for the better or that it is pointless? I mean, that's
oh, God. Oh, no.
What's your thoughts on criticism to this guy?
Oh, God.
Yes, criticism can both be your life's blood and your savior, and it could also be your absolute bane and your downfall, and it all depends on the kind of criticism, the context of the criticism, and also how the criticism is received. Positive criticism that's meant to be constructive can actually be received well, and it can actually help to improve a product, or it can be received poorly and ignored and can force a product to become stagnant and or worse over time. All right. Negative and nasty criticism meant
real quick, big ups to the person that just sent this. Here is the level that Achievement Hunter was doing live. It's way bigger than I thought. Look how big this shit is. A minute 20 long 28 trailer.
How are you doing, Austin, Texas?
Wow.
This is exactly as DSP wrote it up.
Let's play live. Let's play live.
Is this a game show?
I'm going to guess. Hold on.
Imagine how successful he would have been had he done this. I mean,
play video games, and people are going to come out and actually play video games.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Wow.
Seriously.
And the lights
Let's just do this, all right?
What are we doing?
We're going to the show, Joe.
Usually I'm all for Jack getting his head ripped off. I'm just like, not now. Come on.
This is like the new media version.
This is exactly what DSP thought of. God.
Oh, absolutely. He would have been smashing guitars. Absolutely.
How'd they get this idea? This is his exact idea. Johnny Rico says he could have had a Fight the Gout Foundation marathon at the convention. Oh, that would work. Pin the crystal on the toe. All these games. August said this convention was their 4th or 5th iteration. The first Rooster Teeth convention was literally a large pool party. So there you go. Starting an idea, building it, making it better every time. But they had resources and money, guys. How'd they get that? I wonder.
Only for the reason
They were
not
successful
for the
before.
Uh-huh.
to improve, but to call out someone's faults, to deride them, to make them look bad, can become incredibly damaging to a person or business.
Criticism. Yeah.
Obviously, I know fucking firsthand from all the shit that's happened to me in the past several years.
Oh, yeah.
So it all depends.
These guys
I know.
so bad, you guys.
I know all about that.
Too broad of a question for us to even properly address in an Ask the King like that. That would have to be like a special where we have a whole segment talking about different kinds of criticism and how to, react to it. And I'll be honest, I've very, very much so reacted positively to some criticism over the years and negatively to other criticism.
Smooth.
There's some criticism that I probably should have listened to, and there's some criticism that I probably shouldn't have listened to. I can tell you right now definitively there's a couple people that I directly listened to who I thought knew better than me.
So many words that he could just get rid of,
I wonder if you're gonna name someone here.
It fucked me in the ass. There's other people who I didn't listen to, who I thought didn't know what they were talking about, and that was a bad choice because it would have helped me. On the flip side of that,
I don't have flip side ready. Just to pretend you didn't hear that.
There's many positive changes.
Gotta get that. I always forget about what I need to make. I need to get a question counter, and I need to do flip side. I'll fix it before next time.
We still don't have question counter?
No, it's
ALT,
going.
What are you doing?
Here's the thing. I have the counter, but it's not visual. But I am still counting behind the scenes. Trust me, guys.
And things that have happened
just
with
believe it.
myself
Trust the process, you guys.
Yeah.
Business and my content in the past few years, including the adoption of direct capture and live streaming, which were direct reactions from the fans. The fact that I do fan montages of art and stuff like that, and music playing in it for gameplay, direct feedback from the fans. The games that I play a lot of the time, direct feedback from the fans. You should be playing this, not this. Okay. That's the kind of stuff that I love.
How's that going for
over
you?
The years,
how's Cronos?
Over the years, I've run the whole gamut, and overall, I welcome criticism.
Yeah, that's true.
But I hope that people understand that it has
Watch the suggestion box streams to see how well he handles criticism. Exactly.
to be legit, and it has to be positive meaning. The problem, the reason that I should
gambit is a crazy.
I've run the whole gamut.
Understand that it has to be legit and it has to be positive meaning. The problem,
it has to be positive meaning. Okay.
The reason that I shut off criticism when I do is because a lot of the time it's either mean-spirited or it doesn't help. Telling me that my business is outdated and I need to change isn't constructive criticism.
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely constructive criticism.
It is the definition of constructive criticism. Thanks, though. Go ahead.
What that is just making an observation that I already know.
Oh, I already know about that one. Oh, yes. So I already know about that. So if you say it anymore, it's not constructive anymore.
If he's actively choosing to not listen, then it's not valid. That's the way that...
Yeah. Stop suggesting things I already know, guys. That's not constructive.
The answer is, how do I survive? Do I completely change who I am as a person in a business, which I don't want to do? Do I tweak things here or there? Is there something that I can do to spin things in a more positive light? And the problem is there's no consensus. And this is what everyone seems to agree.
Did you please notice that he never actually made an attempt to address the problem that his business is like falling behind?
Yeah,
at no point in his recommendations of things that he could have done did he actually address what the person mentioned specifically was the issue.
No, there's no consensus, so therefore you don't have to do anything. Similar to when you don't have enough money or resources, you don't do anything, as that's just cope when you could do that without those resources and money. He just doesn't want to do anything, so he has a reason to blame for not doing anything, and that is there's no consensus, guys. There's no consensus.
Phil needs to listen to criticism.
Yeah, like his idea is to spin things more positively. Like that. How is that going to modernize your business, there, boss?
Yeah, just be a kindergarten teacher. Okay, so I know you were trying to color here, but try to color in the lines next time. You have to be that soft with him, you know.
It really help his business if he did, but there's no consensus on what the thing is that can be done to change,
yes.
and that's the fucking problem.
So
all right,
crazy,
that's the problem.
So people don't understand. It's easy to gang up on someone and say they need to change, but actually finding the things that definitively need to change, that's the thing that's harder, and that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. They just want to say someone doesn't listen to change or is resistant to criticism and change, rather than realizing there is no magic fucking solution
So
to
pick one, though,
the
right?
problems of life.
Okay, try to do something,
something.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just flailing about in the ocean right now and saying, how do I survive? And he's not doing anything.
Nope.
So there you have it. That's a very generalized answer.
What's that? Off with you.
A very generalized answer to the question.
So
later on, maybe we'll address it more specificically, but that's the general answer.
Okay.
Okay. And
Please, can we be done?
now the final answer, or the final answer.
question.
The final question.
It will be
Phil,
the final answer.
when will you start the movie show? Can you do a segment for just movie questions and call it maybe like the King of Cinema? And that is from...
Great question. Great question.
That is from
man.
Devontae Brown. I've talked about this in months seriously recently, and I've talked about the fact that I really love movies. I have probably just as much of a passion for movies as I do for video games.
Oh, yeah, you bought a fuck ton of them, that's for sure.
And I would really like to do something about
that's as far as the passion went.
Half of them not watched. He doesn't even know anything about his favorite fucking movie, Ghostbusters.
In the future.
Well, he did those Halloween style movie reviews, and you can tell just by the way that he did those, he doesn't know anything about movies or how stories are written or anything about how characters develop. He knows nothing about movies.
You know what happens when you're watching something, you got your phone in your hand? How it might as well you not even watch anything because you don't remember what happened because you're on their fucking phone the whole time. That's what he does. And he's pulling Hogan's, watching fucking movies.
Pulling Hogan's.
Yeah, and doesn't know what's going on in the movie. He sees the action scenes, I bet. Like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know.
That's coming. In fact, I'm hoping to do and start that series by the end of February. I'd like to maybe do that every other week or maybe once a week, grab a movie and talk about it.
Oh, great.
And start this new series. It's something that I think would be easy to do, but will take a little bit of extra work. I need names. Like King of Cinema sounds pretty good. Maybe at the movies with the King. King's Cinema King. I don't know. Give me more ideas.
At the movies with the King.
For the name of the series, and probably you'll hear more about that in February, okay?
Okay, I don't think that ever happened. I know he did some movie reviews, but I don't think they got official names.
All right.
But
Yeah,
tell
I
me
don't
if I'm
think
wrong
King
there.
of Cinema ever
No,
came to
we would know
fruition.
about that. We would know about that if it did.
That is it, everyone.
Ooh,
King
tough
of
day.
Cinema real.
That was a lot of questions. This is
Oh,
an
please, someone do that. King of Cinema Real.
extra long episode. I apologize that I started late, and that's why the episode ran late. But I think overall it's been a great one. I want to thank you whether you watched this Ask the King live on stream or on YouTube.
What about if we restreamed it?
Please spread the word that Ask the King is back now on a monthly basis.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it right now, guys. It's back.
I said at the beginning, there already is a
I'm just
thread
glad he's as exhausted
King
after
of
these
Hate,
as we are.
website
Yeah, definitely.
where you can post up
At the movies with the King. Phew. There you go. I like that.
your questions for next month's episode. That is it. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Phew. I'm sweaty. Look at my hair.
Oh,
See you later.
man.
I'll see you
It's tough to
God.
say. It's tough to say random shit.
next month for another episode of Ask the King. Keep those good questions coming, and I'll see you then.
Look at that. Look at that.
Jesus.
my hair. See you later.
Ooh, that's a look. That's a fucking look. All right,
It's because he doesn't have AC, ALT. Come on. It costs $1 billion.
He didn't set up his whole 20,000 AC units yet.
Tunnel system or whatever.
Yeah. Sunny Smiles. Let's see. Can we get 3 in a row? Big up, Sunny Smiles. Let's go. 3 in a row is impossible, right?
We'll find out.
Yes! Now I'm worried, though. I'm kind of worried.
It's actually
I am a gay American, sucking bros pipe, suck all my life.
Now I'm worried it's not actually random. I'll check it.
We just need a 4th one, guys. I guess that's the.
No, do not do that. Do not do
is.
that. I'm just going to make sure it's actually random. I definitely should be random. Let's make sure. Yeah. Oh, no, it's random. It is random. It is random. Yep, it's random. I can show you. It's random, guys. I'll show you. Look, I don't lie. Look, I'll show you the behind-the-scenes style. Look.
Oh man, we can see the numbers. He's real transparent
Look at this.
about it.
So look, I'm behind. Look how transparent I am. So this you can see behind. It's a group, It's called New Group, and I have it checked as random.
Very good name.
And as you can see, Faster, the one that was super fast that went for a minute, that's red because it's not enabled. And I have Quiet, Vibe, Hogan, Chest Pump. Oh, it should be Chest Bump, but I misspelled it, but that's fine. And I have the Meow Block title there. So there we go. Big ups. As you can see, it is random. Okay, let's go. Let's move on to the next one here. So let's go to, not that. Let's go to Ask the King, episode 49. This was in February 26th of 2015, okay? And I will tell you the title, of course, which is Unfinished Playthroughs, Bad No Ending, and IGN Reviews. Here we go.
Unfinished playthroughs could be today.
Mm-hmm.
DSP here.
Whoa! Fastest start ever?
All right, hello.
3 seconds
3
into
seconds is
speech.
impressive.
Damn.
Wow.
DSP here, and welcome to another edition of Ask the King. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it, this is the 49th episode.
Yeah, we cannot believe it.
Episode of Ask the King. This show has been running for some, I believe at this point,
Ungodly
it's actually
reason.
been about, 5 years, if not longer.
So yeah, what's that? We've been doing this for what? 2 years somehow?
Yeah, I want to say something like that, yeah.
So it's taken us 2 years to cover 5 years. That means we have 2 years left.
Remember the
Jesus
history
Christ.
of Ask the King? I started as friend request ridicule, where I was
Great
basically
years
taking
to look forward to, I'll tell you what. You guys are loving this.
Well, we only do it once to every other week now, so it's going to take even longer.
for my
God
Xbox
damn it.
dashboard.
Whose fault
and
is
I started doing
that?
Because it's tough every week. You know that.
funny things
You know
in
that.
response to it. Then it turned into a fan mail series that was a heck of a lot less malicious. And then it turned into Ask
Hold on. What was he saying here?
taking inbox messages from my Xbox dashboard.
Yeah.
And I started doing funny things in response to it. Then it turned into a fan mail series
Friend request ridicule, yes.
that was a heck of a lot less malicious. And then it turned into Ask the King. We've been doing this, for quite some time.
Damn.
And I just want to say up front, thank you guys very much for participating, for being a part of the experience for the past 6+ years that I've been doing stuff on YouTube, for the 5 or so years that I've actually been doing Ask the King. Now, before we get to your questions, of which we have many, many, many questions.
Oh,
okay?
God. Look how long they are.
Now,
I was
before
just
we
about
get
to
to
say,
your
can I see it
questions, of which
again?
we have
Look at that.
Holy shit. Did he type his answers out too? Or are those
no.
all the questions?
Those are all the questions. Those are all the questions, man. That's incredible.
James Lugo wrote every other question.
So let's see. We can tell what he's writing here. If the second one is super short and the first is really long, we know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions on this paper right now.
have many, many, many questions, okay? I just want to make it clear
Go ahead.
that next month
Uh-oh.
there's going to be some changes to Ask the King.
Uh-oh.
It's not going to be a crazy, oh no, he's changing the format and he's changing. Not really. There's just going to be different segments to Ask the King because I launched my Patreon account.
Not changing the format. I'm just changing the format.
Say hello to
Obviously.
Patreon, okay? Because the Patreon, you definitely get your questions answered.
Exactly 1 week ago.
Well, that's part of
And
the
one of them-
Patreon legacy that he was bragging about this week. I'm sure you.
The levels of perks for people who pledge to my Patreon account is that they actually get priority priority access to have their questions answered on Ask the King. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically it means that if people donate a certain amount to me every month, they're going to either 100% get their question asked, or else they're going to have a hell of a great chance to have their question asked. Now,
a hell of a great chance.
Originally, I thought, gee, we'll do one segment. It'll be like 10 questions.
Very, very much like Unk over here.
Right? This month, because of the overwhelming amount of Patreon support that I've received, we had over 20 people who reached that level. Now, admittedly, we don't know if that's going to go through. Patreon rules. You can pledge a certain level, but then when they actually go to charge you, does it work? If people can pull back their pledge at the last minute, which happened with a few people last month in January, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen. How many people will realistically get that level, okay? So whoever hits that level is going to have a very increased chance to have their question answered on next month's Ask the King. If you do
very increased
pledge that level and you don't get your question asked, submit again, and the month after you'll get priority, okay? That's how it's going to work.
That doesn't sound convoluted at all.
Eventually, if you pledge that level, you will get a
increased chance of maybe priority.
I have no idea. Okay, cool.
On Ask the King. It's basically a way to guarantee it. But I just want to let everyone know, Ask the King is and always will be a free and open thing. Don't think that I'm going to, oh no, I'm not going to answer any questions from people who don't, pledge to me on Patreon. That's very much not the case.
Okay.
It's going to be a split where we're going to have forum questions, Patreon questions, and then probably Facebook and Twitter questions. It's kind of how I'm seeing it, evolve in the future.
Right.
So, for those of you who haven't had a chance to check it out yet, please check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil, spelled just like my name with the Y in there.
Want an almost guaranteed chance to get your question answered? Consider becoming a patron, as it's one of the perks. If we click it now.
Almost guaranteed is
almost
wild.
Guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. All right, it still works. We're rocking 22 paid members at this point. And the last update was sprucing up the plays. Hello, everyone. So I took some time today to try and update the descriptions of my tiers here on Patreon to more accurately reflect what they really give out as rewards and benefits. Most notably, a lot of things have changed since my earlier days of streaming, so terminology and website URLs had to be changed! Exclamation point. In addition, I now fully explain how to get a private React video made if you pledge the highest tier of $50. So I hope this now... Oh, God. I hope this now makes a heck of a lot more sense to you all. Thanks. And then, I'm so used to the messages from you just being like, thank you for your support this month, emails, that I nearly instinctively deleted the email about this. DarksidePhil did respond to this, and he said, I know and appreciate it. If anything, things picked up a bit in 2022 due to my beginning to do React content and private reaction videos for patrons for the highest pledge level. So I figured, man, I need to update this. It still said twitch.tv at my old website URL in several places, and now the descriptions are far more accurate for what you'll get. Thanks so much for being a long-time supporter. All right. Pretty cool.
Look at him.
Cool.
Very cool interacting.
Writing paragraphs for people on Patreon. All right. Okay, back to it.
I guess it's better than being called an idiot and thanks for the money, dummy, and
that's
all of that.
Totally normal. But that's just one of the look at this pause. This is one of those times where he likes to think, like he likes to focus on things that aren't that important to focus on. Like that was in that case, it's fine. A Patreon supporter, you want to give a good response, but then he over explains and like writes long paragraphs with good grammar and shit, just to like kind of be doing something, I think, in some points, sometimes.
Yes. Very meticulous in some things and not the other things that are more important.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Sunny Smiles wants to test the randomness again. Big up, Sunny Smiles. Here we go.
Can we get
Come
it?
on! Told ya. Oh, wait. Wait. Hell yeah. Vibes. All vibes. All vibes. And then it's back to this, and it still goes to fast. That's amazing. Big ups, Ryan.
Can't believe what he saw.
Holy shit! Ryan says your dedication to enduring this torture to make sure we don't miss an opportunity to hate Phil even more than we already did is admirable. Thank you, Ryan. That's the goal of this. Well, not really, but it can be if you'd like that, Ryan. To find new reasons to hate
our dedication
DSP
means to you.
Yes. You do find nuggets though, right? And this is the deep. That you need to pan deep to get these nuggets, but we're finding them.
Insane amount of positive reaction to my Patreon since I launched it a week ago. Let me tell you guys, I did not expect it. I mean, I have goals on there that I thought were going to take several months for people to contribute to and reach that, and we hit all the freaking goals the very first day.
Yeah,
which is absolutely out of control. Okay.
Spoonie probably felt similar, to be honest.
Well,
see how that worked out for him.
DSP opened his Patreon because he spent a fuck ton of money on his credit cards and then realized he had to have more income. But instead of using that new income to pay off those credit cards, we just continued buying more stuff, and WWE Champions happened. So pretty cool.
Again, we're not 100% guaranteed that those will go through, but there's a strong chance that we're going to hit some, if not all, of the goals. March is going to be a crazy month. Seriously, with me playing Minecraft and a playthrough that the patrons are going to vote on, and an indie marathon, if we definitely get that much goal confirmed, it's going to be out of control. And I thank you guys for the participation. What I'll say is
much goal confirmed.
Yep.
For those of you who are interested,
I don't have as much money as you might be thinking now, is what he's trying to say.
And have kind of been holding back. You only have a few days left to get in on March.
Don't hold back.
If you get in on the Patreon for March, it means that you're basically going to get your perks for that month, including shout-outs and or text thank yous and videos. You're going to get priority forum access. You're going to have a special area of the forums where you can talk and you can vote on the projects and goal levels that we hit. So you're going to definitely want to get in on it in the next few days. Before it's too late. Basically, at the end.
This is really where he went from begging for views to really begging for money, right? Because this is a way to beg for money that's not, it used to be like there was always a begging for something, but it was always views, right? Guys, where you fucking are you? Why are you not stepping up? And he didn't really ask for memberships on Twitch or anything, really. But then this happened, and this really was a turning point, kind of like the step one of like turning on the begging for money, and then moving to Twitch streaming, that really is what picked it up. Big Guy says, according to Tevin, Phil opened his Pay Me Tons a month after he left Twitch and stopped getting memberships there. Oh, well, that could be too. That could be part of it as well. I always assumed it was because it just lines up so perfectly with like living in his house for like a few, like 6 months or something, and like, furnishing that whole thing like he said he did. I always thought it was part of that, but that makes sense too. There you go.
End of February, that's it. Then we're talking about contributing for the next month, which will be April, all right? So only a few days left, being that today's the 26th. You got 2 more days. Jump in if you can, the final stretch.
Come on!
And then we'll see what happens with that, okay?
All right.
That's it. That's enough about Patreon. On to the questions, because I don't want it to be a
How long did it?
For 4:38.
4.5 minutes.
You know me.
Jesus. Okay.
All right.
You know me.
So our very first question on this episode of Ask the King
Atlus.
is from Hiruko. Okay, and Hiruko asks a very pertinent question. I just want to make it clear, this was not the only person who asked this question. Several people did. All right, so let me get into it.
Okay, this was a huge ass shit. So let's see if he's reading that whole thing.
I've noticed, Phil, that some playthroughs such as Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Exilia 2, and Parasite have been considered on hiatus for a while now.
It
now,
is
I
long.
understand why, being that JRPGs are meant for downtime periods. There's a general lack of interest on either side when it comes to certain kinds of games, and or in the case of the latter two, being close to the hardcore gaming season. While it may be too late to go back to them, at the very least, would it be appreciated to have you be honest and say that basically they're done, and that in future situations, can you outright announce that you're 100% discontinuing certain playthroughs to avoid potential backlog or misconception that you will get back to those games?
What? Who's asking this? What? Could you please give an official announcement if you choose to stop a playthrough? Thank you.
Well, and look, if you want to do this kind of fan service, if you're willing to call it that, for these dents, right, you could at least clean up the question a little bit so it's more straight to the point, clear and concise, because that is a very long-winded way to ask something that didn't need all of that. You could have cleaned it up.
This guy sounds like a DSP fan, though, honestly, guys. This is what a DSP fan sounds like when they write a question. I know it sounds like DSP wrote this one, but there's another way to see that. DSP tracks other DSPs.
He should have realized.
Yeah.
Like 4 lines into the question.
Oh yeah. He
does
could
the question
absolutely
really
do
need
that.
to be 4 lines.
He could definitely paraphrase, but he does attract other DSPs, and this is something that DSP would do, right? Is like think this is an important thing, right? But
would this make sense? If not, how would you change your response? It's an interesting point. I definitely want to say that it's an interesting point because you're right. There are certain playthroughs in 2014 that I had intention of continuing and or starting and or finishing is what I meant to say, not starting. And I just never got back to them, all right? The big one for me is Tales of Exilia 2 because that's the direct sequel to a game that I played in 2013, and I did like the game. I actually didn't like it as much as the original.
I think it was. I
did like the game, but the game is so effing long that it was taking me so long. First of all, it released in late August, which I think is terrible. It should not have a JRPG like that releasing in late August right before the hardcore gaming season. It should have been in the...
Why? It's a game?
So stupid.
They should not be released then. What's wrong with you?
Summer, when there was a lot more downtime, but
it released in August. No explanation required.
What?
That's it.
It released late. I played as much as I could until I got caught up with the new releases, right? And then, unfortunately, I just never got back to it. People are saying you're in the end game of it. You basically got, like, maybe 8 hours left. Of course, people are also saying it's the hardest
August is for FPS, you moron. Yeah, what is that? what the fuck is that? There's certain months for different kind of games?
For the game, and it might take grinding
and all your puzzle games come out in May, and your platformers in June. Are you new to the gaming space?
Makes sense. New mobile games come out in December.
The bottom line is, do I like the game? Yes.
Hey.
Will I ever get back to it? I don't know.
I got that
and
going.
The bottom line is, when you have this much of a time frame,
we're on a roll.
When the game was last played and now, chances are if I were to pick it up and start playing it again, very few people would care. They'd say, well, we waited too long. We either went and played the game ourselves or we watched another playthrough, and we just don't care. You've had us on hiatus for some, 4 or 5 months.
Fuck
We're not going to go back to your playthrough. Okay? In addition, you got another one like Parasite Eve. Now, Parasite Eve was a different story. During October, which was the hardcore gaming season, there was 1 week that was actually pretty empty. There was nothing going on. And I said, I'm going to do horror-themed games. So I actually played Resident Evil 3, and I did beat that. Ooh. And I also played Parasite Eve, and I never got to beat it. For various reasons. There were a few different reasons that happened.
Okay.
And, a
one
lot of people
of
said,
them because he sucked and he didn't want to play it anymore? Was that possibly the reason?
I'm sure that is. Can we answer the question?
I only have 2 to 3 hours left. Can you go back to it? Can you finish it? But by the time that I finally had free time, which was sometime in January,
answer the question.
It was like, I haven't played the game. I don't even know if I would remember the game or how to play it or what I was doing in it, And it sucks. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. All right, it's going to happen over time.
So you're going to answer the question or not?
And when I have a busy schedule, when people are clamoring to see the new games, right? This is the kind of thing that will unfortunately happen. Okay?
Again, I wonder if we're going to answer the question.
Just tell the fans if that's the case. That's what they're asking for.
They're asking for, will you tell them when it's over?
Some people might say, well, it sucks because maybe that was the one particular game of mine that you really were interested in, right? I apologize for that, but that is the nature of the beast.
Answer the question, sir.
That is the nature of being a full-time
YouTuber. He's about to shake somebody's world right now. Parasite Eve isn't coming back.
The question was, will you let people know when it's really done or not, is basically what he's saying. And he's not answering that yet. He's just saying sometimes it happens when I got to quit games. So will you tell people or not?
To adapt and adjust to what's going on in the climate of everything going on YouTube. If there's a hot new game, sometimes you got to jump on it. Sometimes you just have to, do what you want to do. The good thing about 2015 is that I've decided that in the case of things like this, that if I am really enjoying a game...
Can you answer the question? No one cares.
And I want to continue on with it, or I feel that it would make a good playthrough, regardless of the fact that if there's viewership or there's other stuff going on. Patreon is a big way that's going to change that. I don't have to worry about, oh no.
Okay,
Patreon is the way forward.
I wonder how many times we stuff Patreon into answers now.
I'm doing a playthrough, but it's not getting a ton of views, and I could be spending time doing something else that's going to...
I hope he's not going to say that he's going to definitely finish games that happens on Patreon, right? We're not going to say that, I hope, because that wouldn't end up being true. We quit multiple games we got from Patreon's choice.
To make more views and more money.
Well, he would
since I have
never lie. So
Patreon now, if Patreon continues to be successful, that helps me with that. I don't have to worry about getting top views on every video that I put out there, right? A perfect case of this is The Legend of
I
Zelda
don't
Majora's
have to
Mask
worry
3.
about making content that people actually want to see. I can just make content that nobody wants to see and still live. How cool.
Now this is the start of I want my goals to also make normal money. Did Phil, because after like a year or something, he would use like, I can't have playthroughs that make nothing, guys. I can't. Even though they're Patreon choice games, right? Now, like today, when he does the DSP tries it, I can't have a goal that no one cares about, guys, or I can't have a goal that's not my dinner. Can't be a waste.
Yeah, I can't afford a second burger in case I didn't like the first one or whatever.
Yeah.
3D. I started playing it, and very few people really kind of caught on to the playthrough, and even the streams aren't getting amazing viewership. But I'm continuing with the game, regardless of the fact that I'm almost 100 parts now. I'm still continuing on with it because I'm sticking with it, and I want to beat it, being that it's a great game that I missed from my younger years. I'm playing it for the first time, and I'm very much enjoying it. And I don't really care about the viewership. I want to continue with the game and beat it. And so, because of Patreon supporting me and saying, well, you don't have to worry too much about views because you got this big side support, I'm able to do that. I might not have been able to do that.
That's the definition of a game you just play without an audience.
No, but
if nobody wanted to see it.
The bottom line is, I apologize if there are playthroughs like those that unfortunately kind of get lost in the show. It's not; those aren't the only games, by the way. There's been games like this over the years that have kind of just gotten lost, ongoing playthroughs that didn't get completed. The bottom line is, I'm one man.
Hey!
I can't finish everything. I don't.
That's four in one question. This is a new record, I think. 4 bottom lines, one question.
I have a certain amount of time to do stuff every day, and if I had unlimited time, I would play all these games and finish them to completion. But once you have such a long period of time,
can we hit 5?
We're going.
I hope
and when
so.
They actually,
now I'm praying for it.
That even if I started playing it, people probably wouldn't care. Or
That's
they'd be like
the bottom
upset
line.
that it took so
That's how
long.
we should function it.
In conclusion,
God damn it. He knew he couldn't say bottom line, so he said that instead. Son of a bitch. All right, please, are you going to answer the question?
okay. In conclusion, I would say 100% consider Tales of Symphonia closed. It's been almost a year since I played the game.
Closed. Forget about it.
There's no way I'm going to be able to go back to it and jump back into it realistically and start playing it again. Tales of Exilia 2. I'm kind of torn on this one, and here's why I'm torn. I like the game, but not as much as the first one. I'll be honest, I think the game drags on a little bit and isn't as good as the first one. And people are saying the next portion of the game that I was about to start is incredibly difficult and requires grinding, which I don't have time to do. Everyone knows I don't grind in games anymore. Since I moved, I don't have time to do it anymore. So realistically, could I...
He moved and somehow got less time.
I've even have proceeded, or would I have hit in a brick wall?
The West Coast has less than 24 hours, obviously. That's how it works over there.
Look at this brick wall.
So realistically, could I have even have proceeded, or would I have hit in a brick wall in Tales of Exilia 2? And so the answer is I want to play it, but I don't think I can, realistically, without dedicating a ton of time to a playthrough that probably most people don't want to see and I don't want to grind in it. I don't think it's going to be worth it, especially with all the cool new stuff coming out and all the new projects and stuff I'm going to be doing that are Patreon related. I think people would love that more, and I would enjoy doing that more. Okay. So I would say, I think the Tales of Exilia 2 is kind of considered closed at this point. I don't think we're going to go back to it, all right? Parasite Eve is kind of the exception because I think that if I did jump back in...
So he's giving him all the examples of 3 games that he's going to continue or not continue. But what about going forward? Was kind of was insinuated with the question.
Yeah, I thought that was the actual question. Was specifically moving forward. But okay, well, yeah.
Very boring start to this one. Yes, Bro Seidfeld. We're on question number 1. This is how. This is how this usually goes. By the way,
we beat it. The problem is, what is the time?
That's why it's the best.
Time to do it. It's gonna have to be a day when literally I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do. It's just a day to kill time. I may come back to Parasite Eve.
We do Q&As now on those days.
But I'm saying I will probably, return to it if I finally get a time to do it. I will do it. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I would like to. All right. In the future, I'll try to be more transparent.
There we go.
If I'm in the middle of a playthrough and
There
then for
we
a while
go.
I'm caught up with other stuff,
We
I'll
got
give you the
there.
definitive answer whether or not that playthrough is going to continue. Okay? All right.
You could have just said that. That
right.
last sentence could have been the end of it. By the way, just letting you know that could have been the end of it, beginning and end of it. Hey, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll try to be more transparent about that stuff, and I'll let you know. That was all he had to
That was
say.
almost 8 full minutes of him explaining those 2 playthroughs are over and moving forward. Yeah, we'll try.
Yes, we'll do our
That's
best. So let's see. I'm kind of interested, and we need a field trip actually. Parasite playthrough
Nice bro hug you
DSP
had
gaming.
going on there.
That's why I paused it. I want to watch that later. Okay, so it goes to part 45, and no, he never finished it. It's the end.
I don't think they're going to let me save here. Oh my god, no!
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's a glitch.
What?
Are you fucking serious?
That's pretty hype, like a zombie dinosaur. Pretty hype.
I just killed the fucking Triceratops, now I gotta
And
fight
there's
the
a lot
fucking
of neat
T-Rex?
stuff in this game.
That's pretty
I never
hype,
played it obviously, but
Me
I've seen
too.
some of the. I've seen a playthrough or 2.
No!
No.
No!
Let's see how it finishes here.
I don't understand either. I don't care, because Eve, I'm the one that can destroy you once and for all. Maya, I'll end this and let you rest peacefully. Oh.
He's really enjoying the game, by the way, if you can hear. I'm going forward a little bit. Well, Jesus. What's going on here?
It's too dangerous to continue. Return to base at once. We will plan. But, yes, I will save my fucking progress. Are you sure? Yes. Why wouldn't I save?
What did they say?
Yes,
Hold on, I want to see
dangerous
this.
to continue. Return to base at once. We will plan. But, yes, I will save my fucking progress. Are you sure? Yes. Why wouldn't I save? No.
I wonder why that point of no return style got you superfluous moniker. Point of no return. Yeah, that games make sure of that now, you know.
Way? No way. I don't want to save. I just 30 fucking minutes I sat here during a cutscene. Why would I want to save? I want to watch all that shit over again and again.
By the way, this part is 34 minutes. Every other part is less than 10. A few are 20, let's say 15-ish. Here's a 1 minute and 35 second part. How does this happen?
Very interesting.
872
He was a
views.
real asshole.
10 years ago.
So now we got to go back to the doors that I couldn't.
I'm going to the end of it.
All right, good. Saved.
Oh, yeah, he didn't mean to do it, I guess, but there you go. Anyways, okay, it's not that interesting.
All right.
Moving on. That was
not.
worthless field trip.
So
It
let's
was a
continue.
nice change
Next
of
question
scenery.
is from Onorub or Honorub. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Honorub,
I apologize.
Honorub.
The question is, could you point out the biggest pros and cons with gaming becoming mainstream, specifically because of mobile gaming? All right.
Okay.
You know all about that.
This is what we're here for. Okay, so I will say, okay, you give one negative. I'll let you go first.
That they changed the model to focus on extracting as much money as possible out of you.
I will also, I won't, obviously I agree with that one. And I think he'll say, people don't focus on making good stories anymore. Okay, that's my guess. It's not about making good stories anymore. You just want the experience to get as much as, much money as you can. Kind of like what you said, but.
Right. It's
So
not about
here's
the
the-
gameplay. It's
Yeah.
about hooking you in and keeping you coming back or whatever.
Yeah.
Deal. All right. Here's the absolute deal about mainstream. And it's kind of the
absolute
same
deal.
thing that happened with Street Fighter, the same thing that happened with Call of Duty and first-person shooters, and now it's kind of happening with all of gaming.
All of gaming.
For gaming to appeal to the widest possible audience, it has to be watered down. At one point, when gaming was just becoming popular in the 80s and 90s, and when I say that, I mean home gaming, okay? Playing on consoles at home or PC.
Thank you. Home gaming.
Gaming was for the hardcore, right? They were challenging, they were grueling, you really had repetitive gameplay, but there was an element of completionist challenge to any game that you played. right? It wasn't about, oh, I'll play a game for 5 minutes and I put it down. It was, I'm going to dedicate myself and play for hours and beat this really challenging thing. And then games became more about better graphics and better stories and becoming more artistic in the 90s into the 2000s.
Okay, hold on. So the first time was what?
Dedicate myself and play for hours and beat this really challenging thing.
Okay, so it's about completionists, and they wanted to beat this challenging thing, and then it became about
dedicate hours and hours.
Okay,
and then games.
What about all the people that played video games back then that didn't dedicate hours and hours to beat the game and actually just had a good time and then went and did other stuff? What about all those people?
They focused on graphics, and that means people didn't care about completion.
It became more about better graphics and better stories and becoming more artistic in the 90s into the 2000s. And then in the late 2000s, something happened. People realized that everyone has one of these, right? Everyone has a mobile device, whether it's an iPhone.
Style.
What was that hold up? Yeah.
People realize that everyone has one of these.
Like, who would hold who on earth would hold it like that? What?
Right? Everyone has a mobile device
to the side.
Yeah.
Whether it's an iPhone or it's one of these fancy, smartphones or an iPad.
I should show this, by the way, just so we know where we stand here. So WWE Supercard was released in 2014. Yeah, so we are in our Supercard era right now. A few other games as well, as you can see up here. So Supercard was released on 2014 of August 14, 2014. He started playing that very same day. And WWE Champions would not be installed until 2017. So we're very much still in our Supercard era. Okay, guys, so there we go.
iPad or whatever. And people who were in game development said, let's try something different. Let's actually try, instead of going for better graphics, more robust experiences, artistic stories and stuff like that, let's just dumb down gaming to the point where it's cutesy, it's repetitive, and it hooks the player where they want to keep playing, and we can have a bunch of microtransactions that are going to keep them coming back. Instead of selling a $60 game up front,
and he is doing this as he is saying this, spending 40 hours a week playing WWE Supercard.
Give them the game for free.
He knows better than anybody exactly what they're doing.
Wild Bill says, Hyperfix getting what the fuck, never saw that before. That was our New Year's stream. We put that together, brother. You should watch that one. It's like 8 hours. We put that together. This year we're going to do like one for this year, though. So like a year version, 2025 version. That'll be the New Year's party this year.
Right? And then hook them on it so that they'll put $1 in here, $1 in there. Next thing you know, they spent $100 on the game over the course of a month.
By the way,
you did.
They don't realize it because they put in a $1.
So you're right so far.
And that's really
$1.
What's happened when it comes to mobile gaming. It took off huge. But look at the games that are the hugest games on mobile devices, right? Angry Birds.
Oh yeah, that's dumb, but Supercard's cool. Okay, man.
The simplest
at least there's gameplay in Angry Birds. There's some level of skill there. I haven't seen that in Supercard nor Champions.
And you can play Angry Birds to your heart's content without spending a fucking dime. But okay, definitely. Yep. Let's talk about how much that sucks.
Possibly think of you're launching a bird at an object and you're trying to get points by doing chain reactions, knocking things down with these birds.
Okay.
Nothing complex, nothing that even takes much thought process. It's something you pick up for a few minutes and you play it, you get addicted to it, and you put in a few more dollars to unlock the new version of Angry Birds.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Why do you get addicted to it? Why was that, like, he insisted that happened. There was no question about it,
Yeah, that's how he thinks, guys. It's like, because you can, you just have to, and everyone does. Like, isn't the number of people that spend money on mobile games, like, I thought the percentage, like, all the money comes from the whales, like, whatever, 80% or something, like the 80-20 thing. Like 80% of the money comes from 20% of the people, and like the amount of people that spend zero is by far the largest, group of people. But yes, you have to spend money.
Vast majority.
Yeah.
That's right. You got all these collectible card games now on mobile, where seriously, I know there's 2 of them that I played that I got.
Oh yeah, let's hear this, boy. Let's hear it.
I should know.
Card games now on mobile, where seriously, I know there's 2 of them that I played that I got hooked on temporarily and put.
Oh yes, you did get hooked on them temporarily, didn't ya?
Where seriously, I know there's 2 of them that I played that I got hooked on temporarily and spent money on them when I really shouldn't. Mobile games, is it worth it to spend a lot of money on a mobile game? No. But it's an addiction. It's a time grinding thing.
Is it worth it to spend a little bit of money on a mobile game?
And
I think given his situation, the only correct answer is no, it's not. It's not acceptable given his finances.
Yes.
And the way that he begs and how down bad he is to put any money into mobile games with no exceptions.
And I want to remind everyone this time, he just moved into his new house in 2014. He is literally maxing out his credit cards, as he would admit himself later during this time, but yet he still chose to play SuperCard, play it 80 hours for every 2 weeks, and spend hundreds and hundreds on it, okay? But yet he knows how bad it is, too. He's telling you how bad it is, and he couldn't resist it. He could not resist the draw of spending money on those stupid fucking mobile games. And SuperCard's kind of like dumber than WPIG Champions too, when it's the cards literally dancing in a ring. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're all extra dented. When you showed me that, I almost couldn't believe how stupid it was.
Yes. But here we go. This is him telling you how bad it is after he did it himself. Oh, I'm the law is a question. If I told DSP to drink alcohol, would he report me? I know it's not as poisonous as pool water, but I'm into watching people self-charm. Oh, self-charm. That's kind of fun. That's a fun thing to see people do, definitely. Self-charm.
But they say alcohol's liquid courage. Maybe it would put some charisma behind him. I mean, we know it doesn't, but we can pretend.
Yeah, but don't recommend pool water, dude. That's attempted murder.
Like any other addiction, it's a habit that you become used to kill time, and it becomes something that you just do, right? It's a routine. It becomes a routine.
And reminder, he is just telling you what he did himself here.
And it becomes something that you just do, right? It's a routine. It becomes a routine. And these collectible card games where you can't win unless you're constantly buying new cards, buying new packs, putting money into the game, and constantly keep playing, right? So when you say gaming is mainstream, you're absolutely right. More people today are gaming than ever before. And if you did a poll, they would say, in the past few years, gaming's exploded. Millions and millions of people who never played video games.
All right, so you want to see the deep dive on SuperCard. Me and Meerkat went through that, and it was a great stream. We went through all the SuperCard things he ever mentioned. Also the forum posts that he did about SuperCard. So it's a pretty cool stream if you want to check that one out.
It's a very good stream. I recommend it personally.
You know, launching a bird across a virtual touchscreen or mashing on a card or doing stuff like that. Is that gaming? Or is that repetitive action that hooks a player and can be held in the same regard? And that's going to be the contentious debate. Some people say, yes, it is.
What is, I don't understand what's addictive about hitting buy and purchase cards. That's the part that I don't understand as a non-polar. You know, I don't understand the appeal, and he's not selling me.
No, he knows it's not fun, but he wants to get that hit. But he really does it. I guess he justifies it mentally about it's to win, right? It is to win. Like, if I do this, I have a better chance of winning. I think that's what he cares about the most, right? But he really is not making it sound very fun, is he? Right? You know?
Or is that repetitive action that hooks a player and can be held in the same regard?
Aside from buying things, I don't know what repetitive action he could be getting hooked to, because the gameplay is almost non-existent. You spend more time fucking confirming purchases than actually playing the game. So what are we addicted to other than spending money?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, what you win though is like winning what? You win, like, you know, his win rate, you know what I mean? Like just winning those events. There's hundreds of events. These mobile games, man, you know, they know what the fuck they're doing. They got a new event every week that you have a new chance. They got new, if you play this weekend, you'll get a 10% bonus on your douchebag coin. It's like, oh yeah, cool, I want that. And people like DSP cannot resist it because, a new event, well, I gotta spend for that. Oh, I got that, I gotta spend for that. You know what I mean? It's just like they put the gotcha to level, you know, as high of extreme as possible, right? And now that's why they make a fuck ton of money though too, you know? That's why they make a fuck ton, because they're getting right after people like this. They're going after people like this, and people that even can see what they're doing can't resist it, you know? And that's what DSP is. He knows what they're doing, and he can't resist it.
I can't imagine the amount of money that it took to figure out how to tap into people like DSP's brains this way and extract all this cash in such a state. That's crazy.
And that's going to be the contentious debate. Some people say, yes, it is. And other people say, no, it's not artistic at all. No, you know, it's not no thought process or anything, and it's all of that kind of together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I would say is this: I would love to see a mobile game that has amazing arcing
I bet you
story
would.
and all
What's this one?
of that, great level of entertainment value and stuff like that. It's not just a cheap, repetitive mini game. That's essentially what the core of it is. Every mobile game that really turns out hugely successful is a mini game. It's not a full-fledged, full-featured video game. And it's funny, again, because then these people say, oh, I'm a gamer. Well, what's your favorite game? Oh, Angry Birds. It's like,
WWE
how can you
champion?
consider yourself a gamer when all you do is sit around and play a mini game all day?
That's a game, though. Who gets to decide what's a mini game and what's not? Is Tetris a mini game?
But there's tons of people who do this.
Okay.
And it's going to be your own personal opinion.
Okay.
If you judge that as a part of mainstream gaming or not. Now,
Okay. Now, mid-sentence sip. Oh, I got this now. By the way, I always forget this one, but I do have it. Oh, fuck. Where is it? Oh, now. There we go.
You better take a sip. You fucking sleazy asshole.
There we go. I always forget to play that.
same thing with everything else, right? Like I said, Street Fighter, which was up until Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter was one of the hardest games to jump into because it had a learning curve that was like, whoop! You had to have precision to jump into because it had a learning curve that was like, whoop! You had to have precision hand-eye coordination and a lot of practice to get the inputs to get special moves and combos to work. You had to have reactionary ability as well to react to what you see on a screen almost immediately.
These hand signals here are insane.
Reactionary is really good. I like the
ability as well to react to what you see on a screen almost immediately. It was way different than a lot of other video gaming. Now, Street Fighter 4, because they dumbed down the controls, you get shortcuts to do everything, and there's really not a lot of hardcore execution needed to pull off the most complex things in modern fighting games anymore. And to which point you say,
agree.
well,
we need
really,
more
it used to
hardcore
be
executions.
Yes, we want
That's
no
a
one
good point, DSP.
We want 10 people to play.
to be at the top level at these games used to be a couple hundred to maybe 200 people in the world who were good at it. Now you can say there's thousands of people who jump into these things at a competitive level because it's
But yet the best still win to this very day. Weird how that works, huh?
a lot easier. Which's the better thing? More people or more difficulty and a truer style competitive game? People will always
Truer
argue same thing with
style
first-person
competitive
shooters.
game.
When they started out on PC and they were
Funny how Taquito, the guy that knocked him out of Evo in 2004, is still winning shit to this day. It's really weird how that works, though.
hardcore, they were a lot harder to be good at.
Justin
Now
Wong
they're a
is
lot
also still dunking on losers to
I don't know
this
how that
very
happened.
day.
I do not know how that happened.
easier to be good at, and how many millions of people buy Call of Duty every year?
Uh-oh, that's Atlus. Asshole, right?
No.
Yeah, buying every year.
Going mainstream is a good thing in some ways. More money, the ability of it to become more popular, more people talk about stuff than ever before, and you hear about it more than ever before. Well, I'll be honest, I'm happy and proud to see something like Street Fighter held in such high regard by so many people. When in the 90s, it was like a niche.
Why are you proud?
I'm so proud. Oh, I'm proud. More people will know my accomplishments.
People who even knew what Street Fighter was. Now it's like
deriving his own personal self-worth from Street Fighter. That's what this is confirmation of. I'm proud.
Like he works for Capcom or something.
Right, like he had a hand in making the game or even running anything that made it prominent. Like that's just not the case.
It makes me proud. As a fourth place finisher in Evo 25 years ago, it makes me proud.
Everyone talks about it on social media and everywhere on the internet. But at what cost? Because the gameplay's so dumbed down, it's nothing like it used to be. And it's the same kind of thing with gaming in general in these mobile games. So
hashtag not my Street Fighter.
Yeah, definitely not.
Pros and cons. More
Fuck
popularity, more notoriety, success, maybe even more games, but the quality of games...
Yeah, good point, by the way, My Ruin. Street Fighter had a Hollywood movie made after it with a very mainstream cast and big actors, but yes, no one knew what the fuck it was. It was very niche.
will plummet because it has to appeal to...
Wasn't Street Fighter 2 one of the best-selling SNES games of all time as well? But yes, talk about the niche.
A wider audience who don't want to spend as much time and dedication into it, or they're not looking for this artistic value of this story. They just want to launch a bird across a virtual screen, okay?
Virtual
So there you
screen.
have it. Next question is from Brian. He says,
Ooh,
hey,
people
Phil,
used to want to just be the plumber that smashes the mushrooms or whatever back in the day. Was that a mini game? Or are we not going to accept that? Or
What are your thoughts on some of the latest movies and or video games, especially, that have been getting bad endings? I noticed in recent years like 2013, 14, and, this year, we're getting games or movies that just they end on a bad note, or
What?
you don't really fully understand the ending, or there's a cliffhanger. It seems to me it's a way of having excuse me, I lost my place here. I don't get how a game
Excuse me, hang on. I gotta read a book here. Hang on.
can have good characters, graphics, story, and just end
he
on
really
a
should
bad
have like a bookmark so he can follow the line. As many goddamn lines as there are to read. Yeah, he probably does need the help.
Hang on a second.
confusing note. It's very deflating.
What?
I don't understand how some, in my mind, they have a good story. It's like they give up on the ending, or they don't try. They just want to just end it, right? Is it because the game or movie might have a sequel or a DLC
Did they
ending?
write that in there?
I feel that when I see her play a game and I'm not getting the full experience because it has a bad ending, I'm pissed off. I just don't get it. Because I would think it's not hard to come up with a definitive ending or even a good ending.
DSP does hate his open-ending endings. He does hate the open-ended endings. That he's gonna definitely agree on that point.
I don't understand why this is happening more and more. Now, for movies,
like for example, Pulp Fiction, right? They open the Pulp Fiction. They open the briefcase, the gold, and it's kind of like, what is that? I think DSP hates shit like that. He likes it nice and simple, boys. Give me the ending, happy ending. Hero kisses the bride, and that's the end of it. He loves that shit.
It's always been a thing.
Yeah.
Some movies will give you a definitive ending, and they say that's the end, right? And others will always give you a cliffhanger. Horror movies, in particular, are infamous for giving you a cliffhanger ending because they're always looking to make a franchise, let's face it. And you can have a horror movie that's good as a standalone, but because there was a cliffhanger or an open-ended thing, that they could continue the story. I just watched a horror movie last night, Poltergeist, one of the most famous, well-renowned horror movies of the 1980s. Steven Spielberg directed it. An amazing movie.
Never seen it, for the record.
I never saw that either.
It actually has an open-ended ending, okay?
Okay.
They made Poltergeist 2. The movie sucks. I saw it last night for the first time. I hated it. I thought it was...
Whoa, how many movies we watching, buddy? We're really busy, huh? Poltergeist 1 and 2, double feature? Oh, wow.
Terrible.
Pretty cool.
And it's like...
a work night?
It's just we made a sequel for the reason of making a sequel, not because we actually wanted to continue the story and make it any better. We wanted to make more money. And I think movies do that a lot, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
Video games. Now, this is an interesting point. Let's look at some video games that people regard as having bad endings, okay? Mass Effect 3. The biggest video game where everyone says it had a bad ending because it was an epic trilogy of games where you were promised throughout the entire trilogy that your choices during the games were going to affect the game's ending, and it really didn't when it came down to it. So much so that they had to actually make another DLC for free to add a real ending to the game that kind of gave your choices during the trilogy an effect on it. Let's take a look.
Okay, that doesn't make sense, but we'll move on.
Let's be honest here.
I really hope we have a second example. Okay, the Order 1886.
We do have another example. All right, we got about 30 minutes left till we're supposed to start. Here we go.
1886, a game that came out last week and has no definitive ending, just ends, has no answers to 99% of the questions that you had about what was going on in the plot of the game. The characters left completely unresolved. It's literally the biggest excuse for an open-ended game. And then look at other games like The Evil Within last year, which a lot of people enjoyed the game, but didn't like the fact that the ending wasn't definitive.
Nope.
There was a big mystery at the end.
Don't ask me.
Did you defeat the evil? Did you not defeat the evil? Were you still in a dream state? Were you out of the dream state? What about a movie like Inception, where it's kind of the same deal? You never knew what the ending was. It was open to your own interpretation. But there was no intentions of a sequel with Inception. So I think that this happens for various different reasons. Okay.
So
various different reasons.
We're gonna answer.
Hopefully
in the
one
case
day,
of video
maybe.
games, I have to say definitively, I think the reason it happens, yes, is because they're intending to sell a DLC or to make a sequel. All right. There was no excuse in the Order 1886 for the game to be under 7 hours long, even if you took your time with the game, and have an open-ended ending that explains nothing. It's disrespectful to the gamer who spent $60 to buy that game. But the game developer didn't care. They said, we're hoping to hook you with these amazing graphics, the best graphics of any console game ever, right?
Yeah.
And this limited gameplay, but hopefully it's enough of cinematic quality that you're going to want to see the story continue in a sequel or maybe a DLC. And That's kind of the problem with modern gaming. Back in the day, you knew you had one shot. You had to make your game, it had to have a beginning, middle, and end, it had to hook you with the characters in the story, and it had to be great. If you were lucky...
What are you talking about? What era are we talking about here? Like Super Mario time, when like you just get the fucking princess and that's the end of the deal? What are you talking about?
The game would catch on, become a mainstream
Most games back in the day didn't have a fucking story at all, if you want to get real, but okay, cool.
Right? And then you'd make a lot of money, and maybe you'd have a budget to continue your game series or make a new game series. That's not the case anymore. These studios now go into it with the intention of, we're just making a blockbuster, it's going to be a success, and we can do whatever the fuck we want because we have a major studio name slapped on our back, because we have a major publisher throwing millions of dollars at us. Take a look at a game like Destiny, which had one of the biggest budgets of any video game ever, and ended up doing 0 things original because they were, oh, it's Bungie. And everyone knows Bungie did good with Halo, so why put effort into this game? Just make it something we've played before, but slap nice visuals on it, and it's Bungie, it's addictive, it's good, right? But it wasn't. And people spoke up against it and said, no, it wasn't. Okay?
But didn't people have fun with Destiny? I knew a lot of people that played Destiny for a very long time.
Is there any point to this,
sir? Are we going to pretend that though it wasn't successful, or?
Yeah, is there any point to this, or?
So when you take a look at these kind of games, yeah, I mean, I have to. As a gamer in this modern day and age, I have to be a little cynical and a little suspect and say I think that they think that they're not only going to get you with their $60 price tag up front, but they're going to hook you with more, with sequels and with DLCs. And let me explain something. By no means am I saying that having an open-ended ending is a bad thing. I'm saying that if you're going to do that, you have to price it appropriately.
Okay, so if you have open-ended ending, it's cheaper. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So you're just going to know the ending is going to be open-ended from before you even buy it when you see it's $50 instead of $60, right? And you're going to complain?
Oh, breaking news, the new game, the new Halo game is $50. That means it's open-ended, guys, by the way. Oh, great.
By the way, yeah.
Awesome.
Expect that the whole time you're playing through the story.
Ambiguity tax.
So if you're going to make a 6-hour game with an open-ended ending and nothing explained, you could do that. But you can't charge me for the price of a full retail game. You have to actually charge me appropriately. You have to charge me $30 and say this is half the game.
$30, okay, yeah. Oh, wow, $30 for the new Halo. Must be open-ended.
If you want the continuation, buy the hell out of this, and then we'll make a sequel, or we'll make the DLC that continues it.
Oh, Silksong, you know. I don't know if any spoiler alert. That's an open-ended game, though. It's only $20. That must be a hell of an open-ended there. God damn it.
Don't charge me for a full-fledged game.
I hope you guys are ready for a decade's worth of waiting for Silksong 2.
Son of a bitch.
Half the game, which is what happened with The Order, and why so many people are panning it and saying the game's a piece of shit. So, I agree. A lot of things are very disappointing today because I think they're in the anticipation that they can make more money.
Would that work for movies as well? Should movies be cheaper if they're open-ended? Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Enough of that.
I would think so.
Oh, definitely. The dude 2023 says he has 0 raid clears in Destiny. I don't know anything about Destiny, but I'm assuming that's bad, the dude. So that makes sense, though.
I think he's saying that he has no experience in the actual like meat of the game that is Destiny. So what is he talking about?
He's still shitting on it. Gotcha.
In business, to just make money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. I'm going to say that again, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me. And
say it again.
Millions of business people out there, rubble. How dare he say that? If you're in business to just make money and you don't care about the business and the quality of what you do in your business.
He's talking to himself on this one, guys.
You're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you need to stop. Okay?
Thank you.
You need to have some kind of an morality or intention behind it. Were you in it to make a good game, a good story, to satisfy the viewer and make them walk away saying, wow, that was something original, different, fun. I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. I feel better because I played that or saw that. Or are they saying, wow, another 7 hours, wasted, and they throw the controller up. And that's the bottom line.
Hey.
Okay.
That's how I feel after watching a DSP stream. At the end of the day, I'm like, damn, another 7 hours wasted.
The pasta maker says DSP's picture is next to entitled in the dictionary. He wants everything, and shit he doesn't want, he wants it cheaper. So sounds good, dude.
Need to look at themselves more introspectively and say we're going to do a better job at what we do rather than just do it for the almighty dollar.
Okay,
and any movie, any game that doesn't give you an ending, That's because they either, number one, are hacks and they don't know well enough to write a good ending. They're basically cowards. So much as the ending of the series Sopranos. Remember The Sopranos?
Here we go, boys. I know people were calling Sopranos earlier. Here we go.
Had no ending. It just faded to black and never came back. Because they had no way to write the series that they knew that would satisfy everyone. They didn't want to end it at all, so they just said, fuck it, and they stopped filming. That's the biggest cowardly cop-out
They just stopped filming.
ever have. You need to have an ending
Right in the
for
middle
something
of the
that people...
scene. That was them turning the camera off. That was, I mean, they didn't have anything else.
All right, boys, wrap it up. We don't got an ending here, so just stop filming.
Invest their time in. All right, time and money. They deserve an ending. So it's either they're cowards, they're hacks, or they want more money. Those are your three scenarios. They're all bad, so you tell me.
So now he's saying literally there's no artistic reason you would ever have an open-ended ending to any game ever, because that means you're a hack, you want money, or what was the other one again? I don't care. The cowards. Yeah, excuse me, they're cowards.
Yeah, you're a coward.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Unless, of course, you charge less money, in which case all of that is fine, I guess.
Oh, yeah. How could you charge less for Sopranos? That costs less on HBO or whatever? That makes sense.
Next question. This one is from Plaque XS, or Plax. I don't know how to pronounce it. And he says, Phil, what are your thoughts with the... Oh, there's too much water in the game. 7.8 out of 10 review from IGN in regards to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire a few months ago.
They did do that. That is one of the most embarrassing IGN reviews I've ever seen.
Ooh, too much water. What do they think of next?
I didn't read the review. And I very much doubt that the review just said there's too much water, 7.8 out of 10. I'm sure that there were probably a lot of points in there like, oh, it's repetitive, it's the same, but there's no innovation, yada, 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 which is pretty much what I've said about every Pokemon game in the series, because it's absolutely true. They stay to their tried and true formula, and it is what it is. One person who likes Pokemon might rate that game a 10 out of 10, and a person who's tired of the same repetitive shit might say it's a 7 out of 10. This person in particular had issue with the fact that there was...
Okay, so it literally did happen. Okay, here it is. I don't remember this at all.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it happened.
So 7.8 good, and the good parts are gorgeous details, post-game content, some smart updates. The negatives are too much water and too many HMs. And I found this from Know Your Meme, so it's well known enough to be a meme that people know about.
Sir.
So there we go. There we go. Atlus was not lying. Too much water, 7.8, good.
There was a lot of water and aquatic gameplay in the game and rated it lower because of it, or made it a point in the review. I am now going to clear the air when it comes to myself and professional game reviewers a la IGN, who I do definitely reference more than anyone else, because I do feel that that website is probably one of the worst journalism websites on the planet.
Yes, thank you, Xanax, for saying this. Phil doesn't know this review exists, so he's inventing a review in his head and ranting about how stupid it is. Correct.
Yes.
That is what he's doing here. Yes.
Because of the way that they do their reviews, all right? I don't disagree with IGN or any IGN's reviewer to give a game or a game review a score, all right? If you want to say that Call of Duty is a 9 out of 10 every year and it's one of the best games of the year, you can do that.
That's what Atlus does.
If you want to say...
No slander, please.
Okay, sorry.
That a game like Murdered Soul Suspect is terrible and repetitive and it's a 5 out of 10, you could do that. All right, you could say that's fine, because everyone could say
a murdered soul suspect defender. I didn't know that about him. The very specific thing for DSP to be.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. August Stevens said, I would not believe you. I have it open.
There's an opinion. You're absolutely right. There will always be opinion or subjectivity as part of a review. There's also...
Contributions are mandatory. I mean, not mandatory.
Objectivity, where you need to weigh and balance factual things and say factual things about the game that are true or false, and weigh and balance those in your review as well. The problem with IGN is not the reviewers. The problem with IGN is not the fact that they have a number scale. The problem with IGN is the editors. The
it's the editors are wrong.
Staff, the management. Because the truth behind any journalistic integrity of a news or a publication is that there's supposed to be...
I gotta hit it for this one, don't I? I feel like
he had a stroke! He's mush mouth!
Someone who checks your work and basically make sure that it's in line with everything else that the paper and or that piece of journalistic media has said. So, for example, if you are the editor of reviews at IGN, and on your desk you get 3 reviews, and one's a 5, one's a 7, and one's a 2, You need to read those reviews. You need to consult with the people who played those games and get the facts.
I'm pretty sure they hire one person to do a review. They don't hire 10 people and choose the best. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not convinced he knows anything about how reviews are made or how these businesses operate at all.
All right, listen, I want three of you guys to take 20 hours to make a review. Make it perfect. I'm going to choose my favorite one. Yeah, that's not how that happens, but okay.
And then you need to weigh in their opinion. And when you have a number scale, you need to make sure that your number scale is in line with your journalistic integrity. So, for example, this is just an example that I tweeted about the other day.
I will find that. What's he going to say here?
IGN gave Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 1 a 7 out of 10. And there were 2 negatives. I read the review. There were 2 negatives in the review. The enemies were too commonplace and too repetitive, too in line with previous Resident Evils. And also, the locations were kind
of... Oh, shit. Hold on.
Locations were kind of generic and bland, things you've seen in survival horror games before. That were the 2 negatives. No other negatives were cited in the review. 7 out of 10. Fair enough. That's your review. You can give it a 7 out of 10.
Fair enough.
Now I'm going to cite the Order 1886 review, which they also reviewed. Different reviewer, same website, different person reviewed the game. They gave the Order 1886 a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, so they said
this
it's
is
worse
so dumb.
than
Imagine caring about specific numbers.
Revelations 2. Here's what they cited negative about the game. Not enough gameplay. Too many quick time events. The gameplay's too generic. Nothing original about the game. Cutscenes taking up entire chapters. I mean, I could go on. Not enough monsters. Okay? When the game is advertised as a monster hunting game, not enough monsters in the game. Probably about, I'd say on average, 7 to 10 negative things in that review about the game.
Don't you have that in front of you? Why didn't he print this out? He knew the questions in advance. Print the fucking reviews out.
I don't know exactly what it
is. Something.
No, please.
But another game that's half the price, actually less than half the price of this full retail game, which only has 2 flaws, is a 7. Do you see the problem here?
No,
10
I don't.
flaws, 6.5. 2 flaws, half the price of the other game, 7.
How dumb can you fucking be, man? Those aren't like... you can have 10 flaws, but they're really small, and it's a 9 game. Or you can have 2 huge flaws, and it's a 6 game. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if my one flaw is the game doesn't boot, I'm giving it a 0 out of 10.
Yes, what the fuck?
Flaws, 6.5. 2 flaws, half the price of the other game, 7.
Who thinks like that?
The scaling is off.
Well, it's half
and the IGN
price,
editor,
the scaling is off.
is not doing his job. What he should be doing is reading those reviews and say, okay, but based off of the facts in front of me, the Order should probably be a 4, and Resident Evil should be a 6.75 or 7. Because of...
Oh, imagine thinking like this. Imagine. That should be a 7, not a 6.75.
What you're weighing
So the editor, the person who didn't play the game, is supposed to be changing the score of the person who did actually play the game.
This is it's incredibly dumb to think this way. You want your editors to edit reviews? That's what he really wants? That's the world we should be in? Is where editors look at reviews from people that play the game and say, "Oh, that can't be right." 7.5. Yeah, we played that not this week actually, or I would be playing it right now. Dank Tank. I literally played it like 3 days ago. But there's a Mega 64 skit about reviewers. Have you seen it, Atlus? Because if he hasn't seen it, I'll play it.
I have not.
Okay, that means we want it. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay, we'll watch it again.
Anything to get away from the guy, says
the reviewer.
ALT.
Yes, the reviewer, I think it's called. What is it called? A game reviewer? Let's see. I'll find it. Yes, game journalism, the movie. Excuse me. Here we go. 2 minutes, 29 seconds of gold.
I'm here for it.
He was once the greatest.
You're the best reviewer there is. Your game reviews help people decide on what to buy.
You've written a lot of good reviews of a lot of great games. People trust you.
He was once their leader.
Dude, he gave it a 9 out of 10?
He gave the game a 10 out of 10. I trust this guy.
Until one day.
Reviews are in. A lot of 9s and 10s. Of course, we don't want to know what you think.
He said the wrong thing.
Uncharted 3.
No!
8.5.
No!
You gave it an 8.5? That's too low.
8.5? That's it? Do you even know what you did to the Metascore?
Who does this son of a bitch think he is?
You reviewed it lower than the original BioShock!
What did you want? That review was an obvious cry for attention. You must have been joking.
He reviewed it lower than Ocarina of Time. That's just not possible.
What about the Metascore?
You ruined the Metascore. You broke my heart.
I've never played the game before, but I know you're full of shit.
Now the whole internet.
That's DSP right
That's
there.
what he wants.
That's
what he
DSP
wants.
right
That's
there.
the editor.
I never played the game before, but I know you're full of shit.
Broke my heart.
I've never played the game before, but I know you're full of shit.
Now the whole internet is off at you.
Look who it is, boys. Old Mr. Deduct a point and a half. 8.5 is a great score.
Not great enough.
It's almost like the video game companies didn't even pay for your review. Almost like you're being honest. I don't like that.
Just wait until I tweet about this.
No!
We don't need to give every game a
Don't
9
tweet
or a
that.
10. Sometimes the game's just okay. Sometimes it's alright. We gave Final Fantasy 13 a perfect score. Why?
I remember Final Fantasy 13. I bought that piece of shit because the reviews were so good. That's why I want to kill you.
There you go. Big House Mega 64. Great idea. Great execution as always. Legends. Kings. My favorite part though is when he says, "You scored it lower than the original BioShock." So good.
About the game. The editor doesn't do that. He literally says, "Oh, I read it and it sounds intelligent and it sounds justified. Publish it."
That's what they should be doing, by the way, guys. Just letting you know.
And the problem is,
they should let the reviewers review the games, and the editors should focus on like just the grammatical stuff, making sure it's
that's what you want
well.
that's what you want your editors to do. By the way, okay.
Responsible journalism on the part of IGN, because those scores now go to Metacritic. And Metacritic just doesn't read the subject.
That is not IGN's concern. He's literally doing the Mega 64 skit right here, guys. Listen, he's saying the Metascore. That is not any reviewer's concern, the fucking Metascore. Give me a fucking break.
And it shouldn't be.
Yes! What? You think about the Metascore? Oh, he started already. Wow. Early start DSP? Can you believe it? All right, there we go.
All of the review, right? Doesn't
it's still the fucking
slideshow. The person who
slideshow.
reviewed the game had a bad day, or the person doesn't like this genre of game. I remember this really started back in 2011 when PlayStation Magazine, which doesn't exist anymore, they're out of business. No surprise.
No surprise.
Reviewed Duke Nukem Forever.
Well, Sony lost to it a long time ago. So.
And if you read the review, the things that are it's very, very sexist. It's very archaic, and I don't get it. The reviewer was an intern who was a young girl who'd never played the original Duke Nukem games, didn't understand any of the references, and obviously a young girl probably isn't going to make a game that's made for adult audiences, males. I mean, why not have me review Barbie Horse Adventures and see if I give it a a good score? You see?
Interesting choice of words there.
That sentence wasn't right at all.
Let's say that again. Interesting, very interesting choice of words there. To possibly say, I mean, sometimes studios tie bonuses to the Metascore. Yeah, but that's not IGN's concern, right? You can choose, companies can do whatever the fuck they want, but IGN's like, oh, we got to worry about the Metascore.
I mean, why not have me review Barbie Horse Adventures and see if I give it a good score? You see what I mean? So this is the problem.
Or Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Well, that's one he did love and play.
Mainstream news sites are not doing their job, and number one, they're not assigning the right people to the right project, and number two, they're not doing their job as editors. They're not leveling their rating scale. They're just saying, well, one game with 10 flaws, but it's a $60 release, is 6.5. This game has 2 flaws. It's a $30 release.
Not all flaws are created equal. How dumb can you be, man?
But we're going to give it a 7. It doesn't even make sense logically.
Yes, it does make sense logically.
Fucking standpoint of black and white fact, it makes no fucking sense. But because they're a mainstream website, we forgive it.
So we started by making up a review that we aren't familiar with, then comparing two games that aren't really related at all. And then we are defending Duke Nukem Forever, a notoriously terrible game that pretty much nobody enjoyed.
And also saying if you have 3 flaws, and you have one game that has 3 flaws, another game that has 2 flaws, the game with 3 flaws must be rated lower than the one with 2 flaws because obviously it had more flaws.
Without numerics.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. I just want to make sure I have this all written down so I can live the true righteous path of DSP.
That's it. WhoaMoses says DSP said his reviews are as professional as IGN. He must get Rambo and the other guy's number for each game, I guess. Oh yeah. He pulls all the numbers together with his teams. And Rec1990 says, "You seen LTG clip where he laughs at live Minecrafting?" I did see. I had never seen that. That someone do it. He was watching someone do it. You mean? I'd never seen that. Rec1990.
It's not. It's ridiculous.
It's kind of scared,
irresponsible, and it fools the consumer. Because then you go to Metacritic and you say, "Wow, according to mainstream reviewers, Resident Evil Revelations 2 is the same level as the Order 1886." It's not. It's not. It's a completely different experience, and it's unfair to have those scores like that close. That's ridiculous.
Watch this. I can show you.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous. So that's my problem when it comes to IGN. All right.
We can keep it like this. Actually, that's kind of hype. Look at this. This is hype. We can keep it like this if we want to. I should switch it though. See, that's the thing.
So you could, keep it the other way.
I gotta switch it. Okay. Well, now you're asking a lot. Hold on. I can do this though. We can do this together. Let's all do this together.
He's gonna do it live? No way.
No, I'll do it behind the scenes. Hang on.
I think that they don't have the right to the opinion. Not that I don't think they don't write intelligent reviews. I've read the reviews. They're well written. You could tell they all went to journalism school, which is probably the only criteria they used to qualify them to work at IGN.
I'm not doing it behind the scenes.
Instead of actually having a background in gaming, they all went to journalism school. Can they write an article? Hire them for IGN.
I hope it sounds
instead of actually seeing, do they have a history of reviewing video games? What is their background in video games? Should the girl who's the 18-year-old intern be given Duke Nukem Forever to review, or should I give it to someone who actually knows what the fuck Duke Nukem is? See my point? And that's the editor's job, and they're all doing a terrible job. It's not just IGN. All of these mainstream
Wait, he just said that they were written really well. What do you mean they're all doing a terrible job? We just complimented the editor's work and then said, fuck you?
Well,
that's bullshit.
Come on. Okay, here we go. Now I can do make the dream happen. Live, mute, and play this.
Journalistic media outlets are not covering video games appropriately.
There we go.
Okay, we'll do one more question.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done, IGN. Fuck off.
From Horror Punks 610. And Horror Punks asks the following.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, Phil, how do you feel about gamers who make decisions on whether or not to buy a game based on real-life personalities of the developers? For example, Tim Schafer of Grim Fandango, or Phil Fish, who independently developed Fez, or Anthony Birch, the lead writer of Borderlands 2 and its subsequent expansions. All 3 of these game developers gained rather negative reputations from acts like milking Kickstarter and then abusing the funds that they received, or shoving personal beliefs into their games.
Do you know what he's talking about? I have no fucking idea what this is. Are you on board? Are you okay?
Yeah, this person is asking how DSP feels about people getting attached to the characters that run some of the studios and head some of the companies that develop video games, like Phil Fish, who made Fez.
Gotcha. Okay.
Making nasty remarks over social media, etc., etc., etc. Generally just having shitty attitudes towards people in general. Because of what many gamers see this as a lack of professionalism, they've openly refrained from buying any products that these people, among others, have had any significant input in. I'd like to know your thoughts on the subject. Do you feel it's relevant to make a decision based on these factors, or is doing so equivalent to holding a petty grudge? Thanks for your time.
All right. How do we feel about holding grudges,
That is a completely an utterly subjective question, okay? And the reason that I say that it is a subjective question
I don't really know how to answer it.
Is because it depends on your personal belief system. There's some people that believe that the artistic value of a game,
about. Your personal beliefs. That's why it's Ask the King.
Or a movie or any kind of artistic work itself should be considered separately from the person who made it, right? So, for example, just because you know a guy is a gun rights activist, okay? And you, for whatever reason, I'm not saying this is a hypothetical, obviously, are staunchly against anyone owning a weapon, okay? Because that guy went and made a game, and the game was amazing. It was like publicly, people like it, but you're gonna stick to your guns and say, I don't believe that someone who is so for gun rights should have any kind of success, or that, I don't believe in anything they do. You won't play the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Now, that's just one example, and it's actually the issue of contention is unrelated to the game. What if it's related to the game? What if, right, this person is one of these people who adamantly takes to social media and attacks with attacks the track.
Yo, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going. He doesn't know how to
answer.
This is a question you don't waffling around. Yeah, you just don't even answer this question if you don't have an answer for it. You don't even write this question down on your paper, man.
Attacks people and doesn't like criticism and explodes on social media, generally just saying nasty shit left and right. Phil Fish in particular was one of these people who kind of just exploded on social media to the point where he quit. He was making games and he quit. He says, I'm not making games anymore. I quit. This is bullshit. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. That might be a little different, because if you got personally attacked by a game developer, are you ever going to play their game?
Like, Phil Fish is a prime example of, like, letting the haters online get to you and whining and crying and letting them know it bothers you.
Yeah, and then he eventually just rage quit, right? Like, rage quit
everything. So.
Yeah.
DSP should know all about this. He should be relating to the other Phil, actually.
You know what I mean? So it's a slippery slope. I myself obviously have seen myself in this situation. When you've got people who are reacting negatively to things that you say and do, but that's one portion of what you do. I make game playthroughs and game-related projects primarily. On the side, I do Ask the King, and I do Hate Live, so I do other vlogging series that really aren't directly related to my gameplay. If I said something here on Ask the King that offended you, right, or you don't agree with, does that mean that you are now going to subjectively say, well, I don't want to go see Phil's gameplay anymore because he said this and this, right? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be based off the person.
Okay.
What's my opinion?
I don't know.
My personal opinion is this, and some people may completely disagree with me. You may 100% disagree, and that's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Force. Goes without saying.
The work of art speak for itself. When I actually play a game, even though I've heard all these things about the game previous or whatever, I put all that aside and I play the game and I enjoy it. I'll be honest with you guys. I heard some things about the developers of Life is Strange, okay? And I heard all these things about, people were saying it was sexism and feminism and all this stuff. And instead of letting myself get wrapped up in all that crap, I played the game for what it was, and I love it. I don't care about the game developers. I don't care about anyone involved in the project, what they said or did, or if they whined, or if they did anything. The game itself speaks for itself. It's great. And I love Life is Strange, and I'm dying in March for the next episode to come out. So that is how I approach it.
Does he want ass pats for being what he is just saying is fair to the developers, while also pretending like we don't seethe and cope about Kojima every time we were playing a Metal Gear game? Or
I do not know where we're going with this. He really didn't know how to answer this question. Nightbot's on a streak, though. If Nightbot's on a 3 streak. Oh, no, he's not, because You're Not Funny came in. But Nightbot's going nuts here. He's going well. Look at this. Nightbot holding it down. Okay, let's go.
Life is Strange, and I'm dying in March for the next episode.
Oh, yeah, I'm dying. It's what I paused it for. I'm dying in March for the next episode.
The game itself speaks for itself. It's great. And I love Life is Strange, and I'm dying in March for the next episode to come out. So that is how I approach it. Now, I'm sure there are movies that I've seen with people who have these beliefs and rights that I don't believe in, right? I mean, how many controversial filmmakers have there been over the years for different reasons, whether they're dating someone who's younger than their age and people find that controversial, or they believe in this really big thing and they talk about it all the time, or they're a Scientologist or whatever, right? How many movies actors are Scientologists and people make fun of Scientology all the time, yet their movies still go out and are popular.
Yes.
So
Tom Cruise is still a good actor.
Yes.
Up in that. I judge the artistic work by itself, and I don't like to, you don't have to like a person, but you can like what they do artistically.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. You might absolutely hate the behavior and the personal beliefs of a person, but they're a great musician and you like their music.
Yes.
I think I see it as separate. Maybe I'm the in the minority there, or I'm the exception to the rule. That's kind of the person I am. I don't let those things become a grudge or whatever that makes me not enjoy something. And I think a lot of the times when it comes to myself personally, that's kind of what's happening.
Yes.
Ignore those.
Over the years, people have heard me say one thing that they didn't like or whatever, and then, well, I can't watch Phil's gameplay anymore. It's like, but really? Because that has nothing to do with it. Do you like my reactionary humor? Do you like my commentary? Do you like the style of video I put out? Do you find me funny and entertaining? Great. So who cares if I'm for one thing or against another? Just watch the gameplay. And that's what I think people actually have an issue separating. Where do I draw that line? People have issue with it. That's good. You know, that's okay, but that's your own personal thing, and it's different for everyone. Okay.
All right. Probably the worst question ever. Thank you.
So that's going to be it for part 1 of Ask the King.
Oh, we made it to part 2? Wow.
And I've only gotten through about 5 questions. The good news is
yes, as you can tell, you've only gotten through 5 questions.
There's some quicker questions coming up, I know for a fact. And I should be able to get through some of these more quickly.
That was only page 1. We're through the novellas that we had written on that front page there. So
we're going to take our first break of Ask the King. If you're watching this on YouTube, part 2 will be coming out.
Look at the timing. Look at the timing. Look at this. It's all planned.
Let's go.
I'm always one step ahead. All right, let's go. Here we go. Unmute.
Dream and hang out with everyone. See what you guys are up to. I know I'm really early, and we're going to have a little bit of a build-up to get a crowd going.
Oh,
here.
God.
That's all well and good.
Don't make us go back.
How is everyone tonight?
What do you mean make us go back? We're doing Q&A until we start the stream. What do you mean?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm on time. I'm always on time. Let me explain something to you. A king always arrives precisely on time when they intend to.
It's wizards, but okay.
Understand?
That's wizards.
There you go.
That's wizards, man. Mm-hmm.
Velvet Rope, what's up, Copium Squirtle?
Is that like a Lord of the Rings thing? Or?
Lord of the Rings thing, yes.
It's original Grant. How are you guys?
It's been a while since I've seen it. My bad.
On the kick side, we have Mothman's Bigfoot. It's a double, what do they call those
cryptids? Make the Atlus
cryptid.
watch Lord of the Rings. I don't think she would make it.
Oh, really? Oh, I recommend it.
Foot.
Oh, Indrid's telling us the full moon tonight. Uh-oh. What crystal should we have out, Indrid, tonight?
A double...
yes.
Let us know if we need
Rising Gate retrograde.
What should we earth?
What do they call those cryptids? A double.
Look at Philip hyperfixating on his sleeves here.
Cryptid. WebG daily demo. Cheery
Your
Ice
mom.
Coot. Save us GTA. How are you, Willow? Good evening. I want to give a shout out already. JD Straight Shot gifted 5 memberships to the YouTube community. Before we even started. Very
to
generous
the YouTube
of you.
community.
Thank you, JD Straight Shot. Let's get you on the leaderboard. For the first
you gotta get your J.O. crystal tonight.
So, the good news is there's a few updates to give all of you. All right? The good news is we are at the very tail end of Metal Gear Solid Delta. There is literally the final boss fight and final cutscenes left. The problem is that game takes about an hour to get through that. So later this week, I'm going to amend the schedule later tonight.
Ooh.
One night stream, we will finish Metal Gear Solid Delta, and then we will...
We've got to add an amendment to the schedule to amend a previous amendment that was playing MGS3 last minute. I mean, it's the way that the DSP schedule constitution works.
He's going to do an executive order on it.
Okay, so that's coming. But that means that we will have more...
Oh my God, guys.
Don't veto it.
After we finish.
Yeah. Can't get vetoed.
Okay, so that's coming. But that...
Dude, remember I said last week about this Theo theory where he's trying to show his arms now? Like, this is so confirmed now. It's so confirmed. It's not even funny, man. It's so cringe. He's definitely doing something with his arms. Like, I'm not telling you there's no visual effect, but I'm telling you, in DSP's mind, there is some visual effect. He's like curling his 10 pounds or whatever 5 times before the show, and then he's thinking he's like showing it. But yeah, look at this, squeezing his hands tight together, doing all the pose tricks he can, Whoa, okay.
He's feeling himself.
That means that we will have more daytime to do longer daytime streams. So, for example, we're definitely going to be doing more Cronos on day streams, but also maybe we'll put Silk Song on a daytime stream. We could.
Get crazy, man. Don't go nuts.
We have to see how things go.
What, are you crazy?
Debating how to do that or how to work that in. I'm not sure. I guess it depends on, how it does the other night, because we're doing Silk Song tomorrow night, I believe. So if Silk Song does good tomorrow night on its first ever stream, then probably I would consider doing it as a daytime stream, maybe on Wednesday. And then what we'll do is we'll alternate between Cronos and Silk Song and Suikoden as daytime streams, but occasionally
Cronos is
them in as
gonna
night
make
streams
it?
to try to get maximum progress in these 3 games.
I'm wondering how long till we bitch about support.
I want to finish
It's
these
gonna
games
have
within
to
the
be
next
soon because it didn't
weeks,
hit the goal the
so that
first
we
day
can
you
actually
played
do
it. So this is pretty much its last shot style. I thought that's why it was coming to the night stream.
We're on a 3 no-coffer streak right now.
The new games at the end of the month.
That's tough.
So let's see how it goes. But yeah, we're about to finish Metal Gear. We're right
That's
there.
correct, Remy. No coffers.
John, good evening. Kratos fanboy, how are you?
How are you? Hey.
Save us GTA, I don't know what to tell you. He says, can we rally and get to the Taco Bell DSP Triza? I've been asking for a DSP Triza on Taco Bell for months. Well, we have to hit goals, and we're just not doing it. Again.
Oh, no.
Earlier
Right
today,
here. Okay,
for Metal
there you
Gear
go.
Solid, guess how much we raised on the stream?
How much?
$126.
Okay, pretty good, man. Awesome.
Is that bad? No.
Actually kind of nice.
Good. That's a good stream for me, but still short of the goal.
Oh,
We're not hitting the goals. We're getting close. Friday night, for Friday Night Fights, how did we do? It was like $116. I'm serious. Like, we're there, we're at the edge, and then we get to the finish line and then fall down.
Maybe we should make the goal $100.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the strat,
I don't know what's
I
causing
think.
that.
Maybe we could make it 50
I'm playing
even
a good
if we really
variety.
wanted to hit him. I don't know.
Raker says, maybe lower the goal, make feast reward easier. Let's see how he
There we
responds to
go.
that.
Any games? I'm playing the games you guys have asked for.
That was
I'm
my
literally
idea
playing
for the
every game
record.
you guys
I'll
have
let
asked
you
for now.
go.
Oh, might you be Raker then? Interesting.
So,
Atlus confirmed standard supporter for 5 months.
No, I was just telling you I'm an innovator in the
5
field.
months. All right,
I don't know
cool,
what else I
man.
could possibly do. You know, hopefully we will start hitting goals again because this new menu releases Tuesday. We're still at 44 out of 50 goals. I don't know what to say. No, we're not playing RuneScape. I don't care about RuneScape. I did play Judgment. I played both Judgment 1 and 2
Lego Inventor.
full lengthy
Bam.
playthroughs here on this channel. You could find them by going to my playlist tab and searching for them with the magnifying glass. Just type in Judgment. The playlist should pop up. Great playthroughs. Really like that series.
So many moral support
Very
bombs
good.
going on right now.
I like Logan uses
Probably an
YouTube
insult.
saying that
How
he
you doing
bought
tonight?
a sports car at 31,000 and he's not going to donate to DSP. Very
Nice.
cool. Thank you for that.
Let's see.
Let's see here.
Who else is here tonight? King Michael's here. What's up, King Michael? How you doing?
Anyone else here?
Mark Lawrence
Who's here?
saying maybe adjust the goal. There's a recession going on. That's
Yes.
fake. That's fake
definitely
news.
fake.
What do you guys want to talk about? We have a little bit of extra time tonight. It is 2
nothing.
hours
The
of
recession.
Cronos up on deck that we will be doing. And I think that
There we go. There it is.
it will be a fun
There's
stream,
Atlus
although
right
this
there.
game is very challenging.
No,
it is. Playing it on Friday,
no.
I found out that the game is unforgiving, insanely crazy resource management with inventory space and the amount of bullets and things. Really rough going and a lot of trial and error required. But I am making progress. So there you go. Raker, thanks for 5 months. No, we're not lowering the goals because that would be stupid. Here's why.
I need more of your money.
I explained to you guys.
Of course.
That this year has been my best year in about 10, 15 years of streaming. I'm serious. Ever since the big dip that I experienced when I moved. All right. I moved from Connecticut to Washington in 2014. Between 2014 to 2016, I saw an insane decline in popularity and views. My income plummeted then.
Yes.
Okay. This year, my income has gone back up to the point where now I'm able to afford anything that I need at any given moment for a stream. If you guys say, hey, can you go out and buy a bunch of games? Yes, I can afford the release of the Switch coming up. There's going to be other
Okay, so yeah, we're talking about past successes.
that because you guys
bragging
are
about all the money we
supporting me
spent.
in droves.
But they're not doing it now. So
Because we're hitting goals, because the support
he
is
doesn't
great.
realize
I'm
that if he doesn't hit the goals consistently, the goal grift leaves. And the reason that people give money, or so he claims, is you know all about the food, isn't going to come in anymore, and then we're down more money than we should have been.
And his income was already
dipping.
dipping.
Change the grift.
That is true. Big Guy says his income was already dipping. That's why he had to panic move before it was too late. That's absolutely true.
able to do more with the streams.
Yes.
One year ago, did my streams look like this? No.
Yeah, they look better.
right? What kind of a Halloween costume for you? Go down to 100. Guess what? We're right back to square one. Let's just lower the goals now. Let's go down to 100. Guess what? We're right back to square one. We're right back to how it was all of those years, where things were tighter, where I couldn't afford things, I couldn't get upgrades. None of it was available or allowed.
But if it was available or allowed.
Why don't we still have money? What happened to all of the money that we didn't save any of it? We don't have any more leeway than we did in the past. We're right back to where we were. We made no progress whatsoever.
There's no saving going on.
This is a terrible business, dude. This is all user error.
Backwards? No, we want to go forwards. We want to advance. We don't want to go to regress. You understand? That's why we're not going backwards.
Okay.
I know we can hit these goals. We just got to get motivation to do so. So let's do it.
We just need motivation.
Sonic My Shadow did a $5 super chat. One of your first encounters with a monster, you were running downstairs and ran past a cat. Try not to miss many because they gift you cores. Yeah, I haven't even seen a cat yet, if you remember.
Okay, I didn't.
Sadly, right now, because I'd already gone over, I get the feeling probably that cat is gone now, and I've missed another one. It seems like the cat mechanic would work if the game would allow you to be more relaxed and enjoy the game, but you can't. The game is ultra tense. There's always enemies on your ass. So because of that, I haven't really been able to chill and look and explore.
No way.
Yeah, stop with the monsters and enemies.
This at every moment when the enemies are after
you.
Dude,
it's not a chill, relaxed, enjoyable experience. My survival horror game.
They should make it more like Life is Strange. Now, that was a classic, as he just told us earlier today.
So, I don't know. I mean, is that really...
That's the pace we're looking for.
A good or bad thing. I think, yes, the game is very tense and scary, but maybe I am missing out on good content, and it's the game's fault. Like that, you missed out on a cat because you were, just listen to what you just said, because you were running away from enemies. Well, what was I supposed to do? Die? Then I still can't follow the cat. You see? Okay. So thank you, Sonic My Shadow, for the super chat. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Bucks, thank you so much. Ranking food tier list stream. I mean, I stopped doing tier lists a while ago, mostly because people said they were boring.
Yes.
You know, I'm not against
you make them boring. Derek was the main tier list maker, so he's out of a job now. Jordan Fadeaway says the only thing he's saving for is a 401
doing tier list content.
True.
I did it for a little bit, but people basically said they were super boring, and I was like,
very interesting. I'll get it for you.
He's gay.
Well, then I'm not going to bother with them, right? If people don't think they're good. Kind-hearted fish, yeah, you did contribute that $2 at the end of the last stream, and I even just said we made $126, counting that in, but it didn't get us to a goal or anything. But I do appreciate that, and that super chat did come through last minute.
Keep it going, brother.
Very good.
All right.
Velvet Rope is trying to get banned here.
Effect on Twitch, I was.
Here. I was going to read this one. I was going to read this one and say because I know he's not going to read it, but here we go.
Very good. How do I reconcile the fact on Twitch I was average of 500 to 700 viewers? Because back then...
you missed the ending, sir. The bankruptcy is what really saved you because the debt was such a drain back then.
Views were based on people watching the content because they like to make fun of me on my own live streams. Now those people go to other people who steal my content. I didn't have a bunch of restreamers back then. So I had overall way more average. And by the way, it was never 500 to 700. That's a lie. The average was around 400. On a good stream, I've had between 500 700 if it was like a hot new release. The best I would ever do is around 1,000. Like, I would never really top 1,000 on Twitch. But on average, it would be around 400 viewers.
Yeah.
Today, I'm a little bit less.
We're
like
fucking
on YouTube,
playing semantics here.
I'm a little bit less.
Bitch. I hate this guy. Oh, it wasn't 5 to 700. It was 400.
It was 400
but sometimes we were at 1,000. So let's just call it 500, and it's a fucking day, dude. What are you doing?
250 to 300 usually. Depends on the game. Kick usually I have between 70 to 100. So if you add it together, I'm around 400, but sometimes it's lower. I'm going to be a realist here. Yeah, I have less views because people go watch me elsewhere. They steal my content.
Yes.
So there's nothing
Wonder
you can
why
do
they do
that.
that.
The industry has allowed.
Yeah, no detractors back on Twitch too is a crazy cope.
Yes.
There was already.
No one shuts it down because I can't sue. The services themselves won't shut it down.
I thought you said you can't. You can sue. Now we can't sue. He just said I can't sue.
Well, yeah, we were working on that.
What?
What happened?
No one shuts it down because I can't sue.
Oh, he can't sue now.
Services themselves won't shut
That's
it down.
That's not what the guy told me. Wait a minute.
Different.
A lawsuit.
Different.
So it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about that. See? But on Twitch, things were way worse. On Twitch, I was making way less. I'm serious. On Twitch, you would make way less for a sub. Like subs were $4.99. I would get like 2 and change. Here on YouTube, I get 3. Okay, they took way more of super chats. Like back then, they were called bits or whatever. So people would buy a whole bunch of bits and give them to me, but it would be way less because here they do larger super chats and YouTube takes a cut. But I make more of that cut than what people were buying in bits. So I make a lot more on YouTube streaming than I ever did on Kick. On Twitch. And Kick is really good. Kick, I mean, out of every $5 sub that's purchased, I get like $4.75 or something crazy like that. Like a huge chunk.
This is a lot of
It sounds like we should be able to change the goal, you know, for the audience since we're making such larger cuts now. I mean,
make it easier for the goals to be hit, man.
Reality, over time, the profitability has actually increased with the content that I'm putting out.
Okay. Well,
pretty crazy.
That's not shown in viewership at all.
What's up, King Michael? What's up? I already said hello, but I guess you missed it. What's going on, King Michael? How are you, man?
Okay.
Really? JP Morgan has pulled funding from Twitch? Is that true? They were funding it and they stopped? That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, better make that a real story that you know nothing about.
Have I considered doing my mic over XLR? I had an XLR microphone for 10 years. Okay? And the quality sounded almost exactly the same as it sounds today. Maybe it's negligible, the tiny difference between USB and the XLR that I had. But the problem is, if I don't have USB, I can't do this. Me, nor do like any of the features of the mic.
Okay.
This mic only works with its full suite of features if you use USB. Now I'm able to use all these audio tweaking levels and things, you know, because I'm using their software that's USB software, so it all works. Without that, I'd have to like do different kinds of tweaking and filters and things through OBS. Right now, I'm actually using their proprietary software, and it works great. You know, here's the thing. So he had the shots, me on my podcast or me playing the game.
You're such an angel for that.
See how fast I was?
It looks stupid. So I sacrifice a tiny bit of audio quality, not talking identical days. But I appreciate the question. That's a fair question. Boom Arm defeats DSP, has gifted our first sub of the night. Thank you so much for a kick sub.
Those restreaming channels are run by the pores of YouTube. Okay, definitely.
And that's an old reference from when I was putting up
yeah, the non-begging pores of YouTube. You're right, JD. Straight
Boom
shot.
Arm. Well, actually, it was several Boom Arms early on this year when I was getting my setup upgrades. And by the way, I would like to ask the question, do you guys have any recommendations for setup upgrades? Is there anything that you think I could benefit from in my setup?
Oh God, we got a lot of ideas. I think, let's see. Well, that soundproofing foam he has, there's way more high quality than that. You can get about panels that are $1,000 a pop, that are studio grade.
He was just saying he was going to spend $100 on another 6 white ones, and that sounded like a good idea to me.
Oh,
that sounds reasonable for the guys. I think we should do that.
One thing he needs to do is to make it more studio-like is to make another wall. So what you do is you put a wall in front of your other wall, so there's dead space in between the walls, and that's how you really get a muted studio. And also the door, what you need to get is a studio door. It's about a foot thick. It costs about $1,000, but they really do help.
I was thinking he should put he should build like a dividing wall in that room to kind of separate like all of the stuff that isn't being used to kind of fix the sound that's going on, more isolation style.
Good point. Good point. Also, toilet setup in the office, that would help a lot. Good point, Mimsy.
Real time saver there. I agree.
Use and that you think other creators use. I'd like to hear it. I'm always open to suggestions and things like that.
Is a good
I've done so many upgrades in the last year that I'm wondering, is there realistically anything else I could do?
Has to be real crystals. We can see the fake crystals on the screen. So.
I'd like to hear if you think that there's more that I can do.
I want to see him bouncing the RGBs onto the wall.
Another $5 super chat here. Says those restreaming channels are run by the pores of YouTube. But what they're run by people who have no talent. People who literally are just committing crimes every single day. And they realize that unless someone is filthy rich and is going to file lawsuits against them, that they can get away with it.
I thought that's you,
What they don't understand is that people are accumulating data so that they can actually file lawsuits against them. They're just stupid. They actually think that people are fucking around, but they're not. You cannot blatantly steal someone's content. You cannot live restream without permission. You cannot rip and re-upload someone's content unless you are making it a transformative work, which means that you cannot completely re-upload it because that's theft. It means that you have to do all kinds of things to either have it be review purposes or be a different piece of content, like a piece of comedy or something, which is fine. Some of my detractors do that.
Yeah, I had a lot of comedy. I'm doing it right now. You want to see? Ready?
This is hilarious.
I added some comedy.
A lot of them do not. And they're going to be fucked eventually. Whenever I get around to it or whenever I care to do it, they just think that they can get away with it endlessly. They're going to.
Yeah, I thought can we do it or not?
The rude awakening. They are. They just don't understand how stupid they truly are.
Okay, I'm not sure if I can do it or not now. I'm adding some comedy though. Haha. That was good.
Okay.
Any other money?
Custom colored mic foam. Oh, that's easy. I could easily. They make a million of them for this
yeah,
mic too.
What's
this
$10
is the short
on
M7
Amazon?
Plus, I think, or MX7 Plus. I forget the model number. You can probably see it on the back. This thing, I'm sure I could get like colored mic foams and things like that.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
an easy one. Yeah.
Can you imagine him changing the mic every game?
Guys, today we have the red microphone cover, okay, for Cronos, and I'm thinking tomorrow we'll do like a blue, or like a more like chill, relaxed style stream,
Guys,
on the late night.
I'm trying to think of what else could be. Yeah, well, today we're playing Call of Duty, so I got the gunmetal gray. Hope you can see that, obviously. Johnny Rico says having a comb on standby instead of his hands. Say that would work.
True.
Okay. So, Baggy Small says Raw Phil is questioning his entire life right now. Yeah. Raw Phil is scared. Shaking in their boots. All right, we're
let's see here.
Stun locked here.
Right.
Does this game scratch the Dead Space itch when it comes to the horror aspect, the story aspect, the design of the monsters, and the tenseness of combat? Yes. But it's not, the combat is just not as fun. In Dead Space, they give you some more tools and fun things, like you have the ability to push the enemies, or, with the telekinesis, or to get even better weapons. Right now, I literally have 2 weapons, but the ammo is so scarce, you can't really have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like in Dead Space, as long as you know where to aim, like the limbs or whatever, you could have a lot of fun with it. Shoot off the limb, use telekinesis, impale the enemy with their own limb, right? There's nothing like that in this game. This game is just get good, aim for the head, shoot, burn if needed, run the fuck away, because you're basically very weak in this game. In Dead Space, once you get an arsenal, you kind of feel powerful. You don't feel powerful in this game.
Yeah.
At least up to now. I'm almost 4 hours in, and I feel pretty darn weak. So
I'm pretty sure he admitted today on the day stream, didn't he, that he just can't hit a fucking shot, and that now that he's got some upgrade that makes it easier to aim, he expects to be doing better. So it sounds like it was a skill issue that he now has a crutch for.
Okay,
I don't think that's the game's fault.
Not to change the subject too much, but he got a super chat here from Mozzie, a person that does donate many times, and says, "Happy belated birthday to beautiful cat. How do you predict DSP will handle that? With some anger, or will he just say thanks and move on?"
I think he'll say thanks and move on.
Okay. I think he's going to have, thanks, Mozzie. I don't know why you want to bring her up like that, but I think something like that. There'll be some kind of negative aspect. He has to share that. Silver Dust in the House says,
I'm going to be positive.
He'll charge $20 to swap mic colors. Yeah, you could choose the color, guys. It's pretty simple. We could do red, blue, yellow.
The atmosphere, the graphics,
Big up,
the
Silver
world,
Dust.
and also the story are getting very...
Okay, who cares?
To the slots today, and he won big. Really? Jade says he went to the slots today and he won big. Congrats, Jade. Congrats. Thanks for stopping by. He says he's not going to stick around. He's not into this game. But
This
thanks
game
for stopping by.
sucks.
That's awesome. And I hope you won. I hope you got something good with it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great to hear.
If that wasn't Jade, he'd
like
be saying
a new
a joke about
membership or
donating.
something.
Yeah, if this was not Jade, he'd absolutely say a joke about giving me it. 100%.
Yep.
Share the wealth, man. All right.
If you could give some to your favorite
but you have
comfort
absolutely.
streamer,
Velvet Rope
Dark
says,
Side Phil.
how much did your bankruptcy balance things out? You have less viewers, but you have no debt to pay. First of all, viewership
Is that part of the success? He's not saying the last part of the question, so I will.
is relative. I have more viewers. They're just not on my stream, but I have
So
more
that means you don't have them then, huh?
viewers.
You don't have
the
them
thing is,
then. That's...
people come by and support my content now more. They do. They're actually supporting me now more than they
have
were those
infinite
years
money
ago
if
when I
you
had more
include
viewers on
everyone
Twitch.
around
Or,
me
I keep
as
saying
well.
Twitch,
Yes.
When I had more viewers on Twitch, okay? As for the bankruptcy, of course it helped. The problem was I was up to here in debt, like above my...
Okay. well.
You have done that yourself.
Eyeballs in debt. So every time a dollar came in, it went right back out. And
now it does as well, just to RGBs and WWE champions.
To the point where I had to decide every time, gee, what do I pay now? What do I pay now? I can't, you know what I mean? If I had a good stream where I made a whole bunch of bonus money, well, what do I pay that I owe? Yes. Instead of, oh, what do I do with this money that's something productive or fun or can improve the setup? I didn't have those abilities. I couldn't even think that way,
the money?
You know?
No.
So absolutely things are better after that bankruptcy, of course. But, you know, it doesn't last forever either. You know, that was 5 years ago, and I'm looking to do better things. You know, I want to have more time off to spend with my wife. I would like to eventually be able to go on a honeymoon. I would like to improve things in my house and things that I've been stuck on for years and years. Look.
It's wild he can say that with a straight face while knowing how everything looks around him, you know, and the way that he lives. He knows that can never happen, right? The way he spends.
But it's always easier to kick the can down the road.
And I received a generous
$20
Got
tip it. Nailed
from
it.
the blimp. Let's see what the blimp has to say. Get him on the leaderboard. Hey, I'm leaving tomorrow for Japan. I'm leaving with my kids for a week, and I've got a few of your podcasts downloaded for the flight over. I wish you and Kat nothing but the absolute best. Only question I want to ask, are you looking at revisiting a FromSoft title soon? Demon Souls or Dark Souls 2 would be great to see. We played a lot of Visuals 2 visual. You bought FromSoft game.
No one cares. No one cares. I know.
When are we getting the gameplay?
I know. Come on,
here's
man.
the thing. I've already said this, but I'll say it again. Someone says, would you ever do collabs with other content creators?
Yeah, no one, everyone ghosted me.
I have reached out to several, actually, different creators of different genres and different things.
And they all ghosted you.
Had nice, cordial conversations with them. They totally have no problems against me whatsoever, but they don't want to collab ever. It's a very common thing. I have a conversation, someone's like, wow, that's awesome. Good to hear from you. We talk a little bit about a subject that we have in common and we're both interested in. Well, here's something we could do, but the answer is no. Why is the answer no? Because my insane, obsessed loser detractors and stalkers will literally harass these people. Like, let's say, for example, I do a collab with a YouTube channel on a topic, okay? Video comes out, gets good views. Immediately, they go there with the toxic views, thumbs down on the channel, destroying its engagement. Then they start leaving toxic comments on all the other videos on that channel. Then they start harassing those people on social media. Why would you collab with Phil? What's your problem? Don't you know that he's toxic and he plays mobile games and he's a beggar and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the beggar part is the key point.
The usual nonsense. And this goes on and on and on and on. Okay? And the problem is no one wants that. I don't blame them. You know, I am insulated to it. Why? Because I've been at the center of this vortex, the eye of the storm, for so long.
Yeah.
That I persevered through it and I'm not affected by it. Like, literally, they need me
It
to
just
exist.
stops my business at every juncture from doing something that I would actually like to do and my audience wants to see.
Yes.
But it has no effect, you guys.
No effect.
It doesn't matter that they make all this toxic content about me. People still come back, watch, and support my content regardless. Okay. But other people don't want to get pulled into the surrounding hurricane. They don't want to be dealing with the most insanely crazy, immature, disgusting, vile, immoral, you know, degenerates on the internet. They don't want anything to do with it. They're like, I don't want to deal with this lol cow culture shit. I don't want to end up on kiwi farms with my family doxxed. So they won't do any collabs. And it's sad,
It's a
but
good
that's
idea.
just the case. 100%.
It's almost like they have more like business and personal sense than DSP does or something crazy.
So it sucks because I had a few different creators who I was interested in doing crossovers with, to the point where we had fun conversations about it. And then at the end of the day, they said, nah, you know, we just can't take that chance. Imagine if they come and they start rubbing off on our content. And
reminder, Philip will lie about what people say at every chance he gets. So this is all bullshit there, too.
Can't do positive stuff anymore because of these shitbags.
Remember from the Patrick Klepek thing? He will just make up things they say, even though it's not true at all.
So again, it's not me at all.
Yeah.
It's
they definitely said this, by the way. Definitely, they said all this.
Fuckers.
Oh, Phil, we don't want to get pulled into your vortex.
Who orbit around me. Like, literally, I am the center of their universe, and they can't exist without me. So anything that I do, they have to toxify for their own personal gain.
Toxify. Big ups, man.
It's like they're shit-spewing satellites. Like, think about this. You think if a fucking...
No need. I saved you from that one.
I understand when someone says, what about a gaming desk? The one thing that I could probably do, got to think about it.
It's a gaming desk.
So basically,
can we ever play a game today or no?
In front of me right now, my command center.
Yeah, please get a command center.
Like 4 screens. But basically, it could just be 2 screens right in front of me. If I were to get a desk that could maybe sit like right here.
Huh?
But there's a few challenges to that. It's finding a desk that perfectly fits but doesn't block the closet because I need to get in there. And also, well, there's just a few things. That's an interesting consideration. To actually get a real desk that would sit like right here. Maybe if I could get one of those desks that's like a corner desk, but don't put it in the corner. One side goes here, one side goes here, right? So now I have the setup right here to do game.
A corner desk in the middle of the room is what he's pitching right here. Really smart.
But
Right
please,
here,
please remember that for the past year at least, since he's gotten these upgrades or whatever, people have been telling him to do exactly this, to drop all of the fucking nonsense and just sit at a desk like a normal person. And he went out of his way to explicitly state, "Oh, I don't want to be like those fucking dweebs that sit there and stare at a little tiny screen all day with their fucking webcam up here and they're at their desk and they're click clack, and I don't want to do all of that." This is what he went out of his way to say, and he said it just like that, as disrespectfully as possible. Now it's a good idea. Now we're changing our mind on that.
Update from the field. DSP as of 1 hour ago was active on WP Champions. So a pre-stream pool was made today. Big ups.
It's part of the ritual.
But then I can turn like this, and here's my straight setup to do the shows. And I have, you know what though? I just realized the monitors would be right here in front of the camera. See, so it's not that it's not.
You could put a camera in the middle of them.
It would have to be like a full redo, like a whole redesign.
Get a bigger tripod, like a taller one, and have it above
the office.
if you
And I
needed
just
to,
redesigned
or go
it last
around,
year with this new setup. I don't know if I really want to do that from the ground up. I'll have to think about it though.
Okay.
I'm sure she appreciates that. Mozzie did a $2 super chat. Happy belated birthday to the beautiful cat. Thank you. I'm sure she appreciates that, Mozzie.
Okay, wait. Any negativeness? No? Oh, all positive?
We did have a fun day out yesterday where we got some food and did some shopping and stuff together for her birthday.
Oh, yeah. Normal day then, huh?
I want to tell you a little bit. I received a $10 tip. Thank you, guys. Because I want to tell you a little bit. The blimp, another $10 tip. Wow.
The blimp again.
Great. Okay, so we're nearly halfway to the goal. So, guys, here's the deal, because we're going to get started in just a moment here with Cronos. We have been having frequent streams where the support is good, but we come up literally this short from hitting a support goal. That's why we're still at 44 out of 50. Dead to Rights, we should be at 47 right now. I'm not kidding.
Dead to
Rights. We had 3
Rights.
streams where we were at 100 or more, and then we didn't go over the finish line. So because of that, we're still at 44. It happened for the premiere of this game, Cronos. It happened for Friday Night Fights, and then it just happened for Metal Gear Solid Delta earlier today. Today we were at $126 of support, and we didn't hit the goal.
Oh, my God.
So please, let's get some support tonight. We already started great, but here's the thing. We started great earlier with Metal Gear Solid. We were at 60-something bucks when we started the game.
Never surrender.
Guess what? We didn't hit the goal.
Reminder that the restreamers are the pores of YouTube, by the way. Just want to remind you that. The restreamers are the pores of YouTube.
So let's rally. Let's hit some support. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some subs. Let's get some memberships. Let's get some tips. Let's hit that goal tonight.
Let's get one tip. That's $1.
Right?
We get out of here.
All right. Let's go ahead.
That's
and,
exactly $1 tip.
Yes.
That's all I have.
And let us get, because I'm wearing a green shirt.
Okay, who cares? Who cares?
The only time I've ever rooted for DSP is to get $1 on Sunday night. That's it.
So one dude gave 30.
Just like how they used to, the amount of subs you have on YouTube. It means absolutely, it's worthless.
What?
Click the follow button means absolutely nothing. It's completely dead data. It's worthless. Just like how they used to, the amount of subs you have on YouTube. It means absolutely nothing. What matters is how many people actively are positive towards your content and support it.
That's the sad part. That's the bad thing for you, isn't it? That's the bad thing for DSP right there. Oh, we a little setup here.
Game Boy, good evening.
Game Boy, good evening.
A protein-infused pasta. That's fun.
Okay, let's
What
hear
do we have
this.
for dinner? We had a protein-infused pasta. I think it was called like fusilini or something. It's these tubes that are like curly tubes with a marinara sauce and what do you call chicken meatballs. Chicken meatballs, delicious.
Oh wow.
Chicken. Beer's really low, but this
sure you
game
can handle that, Philip? Chicken.
Who's
Whoa.
eating protein pasta? Is this a normal
It's right
thing?
here.
You guys
I
are
found
buying this?
I would not. I've never bought this, but here it is.
Okay.
Protein pasta fusilli or something. Prami from Target.
Okay.
Okay, let's wait.
Hello, everyone, and
The game is on now.
Here we
Next
are.
tip, we are out of here, guys. The game is now on. Start.
welcome back. If you're
Okay,
me, basically, I didn't even. What is Phase 3 humanity?
Get to live.
One, we went back in time.
Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure we don't get a
Here,
quick one.
I can craft some extra to that. We already
Care, don't
type in
care.
chat. Okay. What can I do here? Let's say
Care, don't care.
I'm getting worried now. It's seeming like maybe we actually have
charge
to
speed
be
or
here.
clip and the high
Care, care.
and challenging.
You better take a sip. You fucking sleazy asshole.
Okay, there we go.
And we're live. Now the game is
Okay.
really
Damn
on.
it.
God damn it. All right, live,
All right.
boys.
Now I'm gonna craft flamer fuel.
ALT, you're a big fan of this game, right? You were telling me
No,
before
never
we
seen
started.
Torch
this.
fuel.
Nope, never even
Cool.
heard of it.
All
Would
right,
never even
that's
think about
excellent.
buying it. I'm playing Death Stranding right now. I can't play too many games at once.
And probably the next thing I'm gonna get is more inventory upgrades.
I hope
when
you
I can, but
finish
I need
it.
to
I
find
had a good
upgrade
time when I
items to do
played it,
that.
but I don't finish anything.
Okay, so that's it. I think we've.
I want to
looted
do
the
a stream
entire
tomorrow
room.
where we just build
We'll save
roads,
up
guys.
again,
I think that's the
Where
plan.
we head back out.
I don't give a
yeah.
shit. It's gonna be. I don't care if it's boring. I'm just building fucking roads.
Okay.
I just like walking from place
King
to
Michael,
place.
no, we're
I
not
felt
doing
like
the
once I got
Constant Burger DSP
vehicles, I
Triangle.
was
We're
missing
doing
all the
Taco
fun.
Bell Decades
Yeah, that's what
menu
I think
that launches
too.
This coming Tuesday.
Okay, who cares?
So tonight, please support the stream. When we hit the goal, we'll be at
Please.
45 out of 50 and halfway to hitting our goal and doing the new DSP Tries It for Taco Bell Decades menu. All right, let's go. Let's get
All
some
right,
support
sounds good.
for some fun survival horror. Right?
Please.
Sweet. Yeah, the font that I'm using has no
Oh,
symbols. I can fix that
God.
quickly.
Who cares about the font?
Here we go.
Hold it.
Would you
How is
rather hear
this?
about the font or the
Over here.
RGBs, ALT?
It
The
doesn't have
RGBs. It's
flashes,
more
it doesn't
funny.
have
It's more
dollar
fun. He sounds stupider.
There you go.
Oh, 69 of what looks beautiful, King. Nailed it.
Now it looks correct. There we go. I
Damn,
don't know why.
I legitimately couldn't believe he was spending money on Signal RGB.
That's
speaking
the
of
wild
art,
thing.
That's crazy.
And he also spends money on Nexus mods for the faster download.
So we ran in here all scared.
No, I'm in Death
We
Stranding
heard a
1,
cat,
so I think she's in Death Stranding
but
2
I don't
only,
know where
right?
the cat was.
I'm working my way through there.
What's this? Currency and some currency. Okay.
Currency and some currency.
Speaking of,
We don't know where the heck the cat was. Let's see if we can find
need
it.
to hit the goal.
Here's the elevator. This is what we came up on, right? I think we came up on that elevator. So now we have to investigate.
Okay.
What do we have
I'm
here?
not familiar with the map. I'm not sure.
When you hear the sirens, remember to stop, stay, and go. Stop your activity, stay calm, and go to the exit. The
He's
emergency
trying to be
assembly
positive side
shelter.
Phil to start the night,
Isn't
for
that where
sure.
we're going? I think they said that's where the guy was going to be in the shelter. I think that's what they said.
He's going for the positive side to try
We
to
don't
break
wanna
the
leave yet.
streak.
We want to investigate the rest of the building first.
He'll go salty later, but now he's going to be positive for a bit.
Dead end here.
Yeah, he
You
did
know,
for
they,
the fast
they
downloads.
say you get
Good.
more flies with honey than vinegar or some shit like
yep.
that.
Good phrase.
that?
Great pull.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure my great grandpa said that to me or something.
I'm asking here quotes like,
Huh.
What?
huh.
What's the observation? You don't just get to
Yeah, what's your
nothing.
share
I
some
mean-
favorite quotes in chat, guys. We have why buy the cow when you get the sex for free? That's milk for free, not sex.
So you cannot
Please.
interact
all
with whoever these
right.
people
Come
are.
on, damn.
Huh. But that's interesting. You get a little bit of lore just by listening to
Don't
the
bite the hand that
conversation.
feeds you.
There you go.
Good classic. A stitch in time saves 9. Classic. Measure twice,
so can we go in
cut
the
once.
Because I think I'm trying to remember where we had come from. I have no recollection.
Trust
Did
but
we run from
verify.
outside?
Actions have consequences, pimp. Good one.
No.
True. That one is true.
We
Seen
did not
that
run
many
from outside. This
times.
is where we're going to wherever the shelter is.
Sitcoms are
Where did
good
we
to
come from,
watch
the
in
elevator?
bed.
Darn, I can't really remember. I also don't know where the cat is. Where did the cat go?
Oh, who gives a shit about the cat, man? Forget about the fucking
They're
cat.
important to they're an integral core mechanic, ALT. That's how you get upgrades in this game.
Oh god, the cats.
Yeah, that's the woman's door right there. So we heard a cat when we were running to the safe room, but we didn't get a chance to interact with it, and now it looks like the cat's gone.
Damn.
So I guess
we should check our email.
The only times you get to interact with the cat is the very first time you see the cat. And if you don't act on it, then the cat disappears and you can't interact with it, and that stinks. Here's the woman. We can't talk to her anymore. This is locked, and this is where we already came from. That's where we started. All right. So we must have to leave and continue on then. All right.
Yep.
Well,
all right.
So I wonder where the cat would have led us. Probably to some cool optional items.
We lost the cat.
You know, we had already gone like overtime last stream, and I really needed to get to a save room. So
go ahead. Plot development or something.
Ooh.
There you go.
Check.
Please.
Checking.
All right. I received a 666 tip tonight. That's $666. Yeah, right.
Too good with it tonight.
$6.66.
Good day.
This is from Darth Fig. He says, I'm 10 hours into the game and having a blast. Definitely challenging stuff coming up. Watch your resources. Look in every nook and cranny for ammo and other resources. All right. Thank you, Darth Fig.
Thank you, Darth Fig. All right.
That gets us.
Do we go to another bag? I bet we do.
75 of support. We are halfway to our goal for this evening.
We're
Thank you, Darth
there.
Fig, for that. I really appreciate it.
Just need the other half.
Let's keep that momentum going in the right direction, folks.
Yeah.
Let's hit that goal tonight for the first time in multiple days. Let's hit a goal tonight.
Sounds good, man. All right, with that be... Oh,
God, can someone please answer the guy who's spamming the chat and kick? You all know the answer.
What's the question?
Please. Trying to focus on the game and goal tonight. Folks, for that, I really appreciate 5.
What is your cat's name? Is the question being spammed. Okay, in case
there's a snowstorm going on. We're in 19.
Anyways, that will do it. Atlas the Bookkeeper, any words you want to say to the beautiful people out there before you go to sleep?
Thank you all so much for showing up. You showing up means I get to be here and annoying ALT, which is my favorite part of my Sunday. So thank you for your time.
Big ups. Big ups, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for some nonsense. Thanks for joining. Nighttime outro. Bye.